Basically, today I'm full of energy because I was able to sleep, thanks to my neighbor not making noise at midnight and projecting light in my bedroom at midnight for about an hour. So yeah, I could sleep today. I mean, last night. Anyway, today it's time for some TV broadcast. You know what I mean by that. Fuck, why is it... Wait, I am stupid. The thing is above. Wait a second. I fucked up. Okay.
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawes.
And this one is also on top of everything.
Daddy, it's starting!
New. Oh, the Talented. What is that? I don't know what it is. We're gonna see. Dingus Chan? Oh yeah, I forgot that I couldn't use an L. There's not enough space. I've been dreaming of a paradise. It's always nice when you don't think twice. I love the main music. So good.
Alex, oh thank God you're alive. It's Jenny.
Why would I not be alive?
Are you okay? Alex, you need to get it together. Look at the broadcast screen. Just look at it. That's all we've been putting out since you went down. You have to fix it, now. Look left, Alex, out the window. See? They're all over
What?
it, little bastards. You're going to need a full charge to clear that many off.
What are
Hold
those?
down the big button until it's fully charged. Then release it to zap the little fuckers. Excellent, Alex. We're broadcasting again. They must have built up while you were napping.
Is this the...
Usually it only takes a tap on the button to clear one. Look, there's a lone one climbing now. Zap it off before it starts to mess up the signal again. Great. That seems
What
to
the
be the last
fuck?
of them.
Aren't these the plushies
We're about a minute out.
that I
Get the adverts loaded up. I've got to deal with
broadcasted
editing.
ad for
And Alex,
last time?
keep your ears open. You'll hear them climbing up the tower.
Oh my
Don't let
god.
them build up.
We'll be going live to the National
Why is this getting so fucking hard?
Take a look at what's coming up later on
This has no credibility, Jenny.
on Channel 1 at 7 o'clock.
No professionalism.
Wait a second. Okay, so the first part we've seen was before the COVID, and this part has been made while the COVID thing was going on. That's why they are at home, as you can see. So they find a great way to like justify that. It's so good.
What's wrong with this picture? And
It's not a mess.
television
Everything is where it should be. It's ramshackle and characterful, and I expect you to know the difference.
that's followed at 8 p.m.
Sure thing.
Of course, Megan's place looked lovely, but I
Hey,
can't
that-
see it, can I?
Ain't that a road empty one?
How's lock-in with the boyfriend going?
Outside.
Decided to take his chances on the wild streets, eh? Rather than endure another romantic comedy.
Electric fever dream.
What is happening?
Blunderbatch as Helen
Jeremy, Jenny says your hair looks stupid.
Yes, I can hear her.
to 11:15.
As she says she's not talking to you.
Yes, I know, I can hear her.
Shall I count us in?
Make it so.
Okay, 10 seconds. Break a leg, everyone.
Preferably a furry one.
It's the National Weather Report.
What?
5,
What?
4,
But now
3,
it's time to join Jeremy Donaldson for the
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
and I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
Snugglefuck, it's been almost 5 weeks since all the Mrs. Snugglehugs toys woke up simultaneously in factories worldwide and began
Okay,
searching for
yeah.
their husbands. The Mr. Snugglehugs we have so short-sightedly destroyed. And now, as this photograph suggests, they may be changing tactics.
Built to surprisingly traditional gender stereotypes, the Mrs. Snugglehugs have been arming themselves with a variety of household implements. All the more reason to make sure
Wait a second, I need to make my chair higher. I'm not comfortable. Be right back. Okay, I'm all set.
that cat flap is taped up good and tight.
This frightening new development means that even those previously thought to be relatively safe, like the young and fit, must take care to watch their backs and keep their ears open for the soft steps of sinister feet.
Going stir crazy With no signs of Mrs. Snugglehug's batteries running out, and the government lockdown now in its 31st day, domestic relationships across the country are taking some unexpected turns.
Dramatic reports are beginning to emerge of uncharacteristically bold behaviour in homes across the country. And we're not talking about the model planes that occupy so much time in the Donaldson household.
With dating options limited, many house sharers, in particular students, are finding solace in co-tenants they'd previously rejected as
What do you mean?
unlawful, indulging in an activity that has become known as
Bro, I cannot-
snuggle-thugging.
Locked and loaded. Shane calligraphy, Johnny Handsleeves, seem to be taking
Cannot
his
do
own unique
both
approach.
at the same time. Is there a key for this thing? Snuggle whack. Bumper? Button? Whack. What's the difference?
To being locked in.
Since checking into rehab, not much has been heard from the former role model, but this latest
Wait a second. Wait, I'm confused. Why isn't it working? Snuggle whack.
photo leaked by another resident today seems to confirm that all might not be well at Gentle Touches.
It seems that paranoia may have overtaken the residents of the infamous rehab clinic, which this morning declared itself an independent state, claiming it had more than enough sponges to last.
Okay, I
almost
still
6
need
months.
to go left to do
The shape
that.
of things to come? In their own version of a lockdown for more than 45 years now, the descendants of Doctors David Wong and Ingrid Svorsborgen Horgensvoord and their unfortunate team today managed to get a personal statement to the surface using flagellized imaging equipment.
Many of the Svorsborgen Horgans brood, as they've come to be known,
The
have
fuck?
certainly captured the public imagination, with a recent vote naming Helvetica Svors.
Wait, this is not a good key for me. Wait a second, please. Let's use... Okay, I cannot use that. What will I use? Tab? Maybe tab, yeah.
Borgen Wongensvoord. The most
Okay,
likely
tab is
to
also-
survive a massive elect-
Is also the escape button. Where can I put it? I'm pressing Alt. What do you want? Why don't you take it? Ah! Okay, I need to hold it somehow.
electric shock.
Greetings from Dante's Tate, or as we say down here in the family, many mushrooms to you. I don't know what a Mrs. Pluckless Pug is, but they sound like they're causing you guys real problems. We've been trapped down here for 8,961 days now, and all I can say is I sure am glad Mum and Dad chose not to get on that escape craft. Since they grew me and the rest of the family, we've been getting on famously, and sometimes Mum stops crying for upwards of 20 minutes. Also, it turns out, at a push, you can eat flards. If you
What?
can handle the stomach cramps and the
What
amnesia.
I flans?
Greetings from Dante's Tate, or as we say down here in the family, many mushrooms to you.
You've already
It's
fucking
hard to
said
believe
that.
they've been down there so long now.
But as everyone knows, time moves differently underwater, Jeremy. That's why goldfish are so stupid.
That's right. And as anyone will tell you, the deeper the bowl,
The thicker the goldfish.
there's no denying the logic of that.
Class war, a worrying turn today for the
second,
formerly rich as ever more punishing measures are announced, Alex.
With the country becoming ever more hostile to the previously wealthy, those who manage to skip the country must be very grateful to the people who help them
Wait a second, please.
right now.
I
This
cannot explain
program
that
has
to you.
received reports of rich relatives on the
Don't
run
mind me.
actually being filled with helium.
But wait a second, I can't see my chat. Why? Why would he do that? Okay, here it is. Does it still work, by the way? Mario Kart. Yeah.
And released into the stratosphere. If those rich bastards think they're above the rest of us, why not give them a hand in getting there, Jeremy?
And Advance speaks out. With the snuggle struggle proving a test to governments around the world, Advance HQ released a curious statement this afternoon.
In the accompanying release, they asked us to stress that they have been listening and that this should be taken as a response to how the people really feel.
We've certainly done our
Actually,
bit on
that's
this show to
safer to
contribute
use
to
the
the
girl.
political climate.
Because this
But
guy,
let's
you
not
can
forget,
see on his
how we
face,
behave in our
he
home
drinks a
lives
lot
is what
all
really
the time.
matters.
Let's hope
He
it's
never
not just me
stops.
who filled out that questionnaire, Jeremy, or we're all in trouble.
Let's play that statement. Let's play that statement.
Good evening. I know many of you feel lost right now. I know I do. Which has nothing to do with the waning support for the government, and I don't know why you keep saying that. We're doing loads, okay? We have scientists looking into the lifespan of lithium batteries. Good ones too.
Wait,
Not the
maybe
red wine cures cancer kind. And
maybe
no,
she was
I
not
can't tell you when all
a good
this will be
solution
over.
in the
So
end.
just stop asking, will you? Let's stop focusing on us and what we're doing and
Okay.
start focusing on you. Because I have some questions for you, actually. Why don't you think the rules apply to you? Do you really think sunbathing is classed as exercise? And since when was hummus essential?
Okay, she's complete bitch.
Doesn't feel so good, does it? So yes, we've
I
probably made
regret
some mistakes.
so much.
But for now, let's not look at who did what or why. Let's put the full responsibility for this on you. Feel guilty. Feel afraid. Feel anxious. Turn on each other if you have to. Fight over sponges and then
What is
go
that?
home and stay there and think about what you've done. Just don't turn on us. That won't help anyone. Thank you.
Okay, I guess.
Delectable stuff.
Later tonight, Jeremy will be catching up with brave roving reporter Patrick Bannon, while I check in with two friends of the programme who find themselves stranded
What am I
at
doing?
opposite
Oh,
ends
fuck.
of the country.
And then, in part 3, there's going to be a quiz. Presumably because there's nothing more important going on that you might like to report on if you were, say, a news programme.
And in a moment, we'll both be asking Sophia Rimington how such a trusted brand can have made such a terrible manufacturing mistake.
With what it describes here as help from popular psychic scientist Delia Lywell.
Oh, I like her.
No, you don't. Why do you do that?
That's all coming up on tonight's
National Nightly News.
Wait a second. Oh my! What is this? We are playing their songs.
First tonight, how did we
That's
get
why
here?
they're coming to
Where
the
are we
tower.
going? And most importantly, who's to blame?
Joining us from her ranch in Arlingsfield, Milkirky is the CEO of Rimington's Fist, internationally respected business Bengali, Sophia Rimington.
Thank you for having me, Megan. I'm a huge fan of
Who's
yours.
that?
And from a crystal healing laboratory in what I assume is a garage in Upper Lowington, inexplicably renowned psychic scientist, Dr. Delia Lywell. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Sorry, us?
Myself and the eminent professors.
Is that what you call the voices in your head?
I've always seemed to attract dead scientists. I don't really know why.
The money?
They express
Fuck, I
themselves
thought
to
she
me
was
through
gonna talk.
ethereal algebra and quadratic predictions. It's all very technical.
No, it isn't.
I concur. Miss Remington, the entire Snuggle Hugs range will surely go down as the biggest public relations disaster in history, won't it?
Well, of course, that's one world record we would never have sought to claim.
What can you say at a time like this?
What am I
There's only
doing?
one thing that can be said. I'm sorry. We're sorry. From everyone here at Rimington's Fist, but especially the dedicated inventors and world-beating engineers at Rimming Toys, we are deeply, deeply sorry. Who could have predicted that letting a child's toy learn how to love could have such unforeseen consequences?
Mary Shelley?
Oh, we see you, Sophia Rimington. You are preening by a metal vessel, and where you venture, you will see neither land nor sky.
Is that supposed to be the future?
Only the past is concrete. I remember being a child in my grandpa's workshop when he made the first dancing hangman toy. He put it by my bed, and when I couldn't sleep, I'd wind it up and let it go, and I'd watch that happy little executioner just wiggle and wave his tiny noose and dance before my eyes. Grandpa sold thousands of them, on the quiet, obviously, and he used the money he made to found Rimming Toys, which is now just one small part of the global supermassive megacore that is Remington's Fist. Sadly, we lost Grandpappy along the way. He died in a fire at the preschool tobacco factory, another one of his pet projects. But we never lost his spirit of invention.
Yes, I'm not entirely certain what your grandfather's offensive toys have to do with the current predicament.
The spirit of invention, Mr. Donaldson. The passion to create, to problem solve. And that is why I'm here today, to tell you about a brand new product
What is
we're
she
launching
doing?
simultaneously around the world from midnight tonight.
We said science! Science! We hear its song on the breeze, its breath on the wind, its fart under the covers.
How does she do it?
Well, please, don't
Fart
keep us in
under the
suspense
cover.
any longer.
It won't be my feature she's making up next.
Remington's Fist is proud to present Snuggle Traps. Safety and security in these dangerous times. Each box of snuggle traps contains 8 devices, all guaranteed to stop a Mrs. Snugglehug in its tracks. That's enough for a small lawn or 4 window boxes. And you want to know the best thing? They're only $129.99 a box. Now that is affordable peace of mind.
We see you, Jeremy Donaldson.
Not now, honey, I'm mid-pitch. The best thing about snuggle traps is they're powered by next generation Flardinium batteries. So, however long the enemy lasts, these traps will outlast them.
We see you, Mr. Donaldson. You are screaming and yelling. Your friends are crying. They fear you. And then you're gone.
Oh my god, I just got chills. Did anyone else just get chills then?
I think I did.
I think I'd be more concerned about these traps. Quickly, before we go to the break, these appear to be attractively repackaged landmines. Aren't they dangerous, say, to children?
Oh, hell yeah. These are not toys, but they're explosive fun.
Sophia Remington, Dr. Delia Lywell, thank you for joining us.
When we come back, we'll be taking a look at the situation across the country tonight.
Don't go away. We'll be back after these bandages.
I completely forgot.
Oh yes, Doctor, that was exactly what we
I completely forgot to load
Very
the
nice
ads.
there, young Miss Remington.
I think she'd make an interesting dinner guest.
Do you think so? I think I'd rather spend the evening shoving Delia's sacred crystals up my skeptical arsehole.
Hello, mate. It's Dave. You're not going to believe this, but I've decided to come home. Listen, I'll call you back at the next break and we can talk about how I get me job back. Cheers, Alex. See you, mate.
See ya, mate.
We'll be listening and taking notes.
Yeah, well, it's been a long time coming. Oh, exactly. You said it. I've said it. He must know.
Oh,
He's
not this guy
stupid.
again.
I just don't want it getting
Alan?
back to him that it came
Is it
from
Alan?
us. No, Jenny. You're not backing out on me now. We're in this together. It's gonna be alright. You'll get him. I've made the cake. You're on the balloons. I've got no idea how old he is. 40? 17? Yeah, ready. Okay, coming back. In 5, 4, 3... Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Roof. Now it's time to take a trip around the country to hear how the lockdown might impact the nation from some friendly faces. Joining me are respected academic Katie Brightman and author of Alan James's Kites, Alan James. Thank you for joining me.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me, Megan.
Thanks, Megan. It really is a pleasure, Katie. I enjoyed our little heated encounter.
I wish I could say the same.
So first off, Katie, how are you coping?
I'm holding up okay. The lockdown directive was so sudden that, like many people, I haven't been able to get home.
Oh no, what happened?
I was staying at a hotel after an international policy convention, and we had a particularly heavy night out. You know what economists are like.
Notoriously hate splitting the bill.
And I overslept, and as you can imagine, I've been here ever since. But there are certainly people much worse off than me.
Exactly. My tour has been cancelled indefinitely.
Oh
I
no.
had to refund every single ticket, even the cheap seats.
Oh, Alan, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah. People are being quite rude about it. They don't seem to realise I've already spent it filling the beach house with beef.
The crisis claims yet another victim.
So, this is just a reminder that my book, Alan James's Reich, is now available in paperback.
Unbelievable.
What was that?
You're unbelievable.
So, Katie, how do you think this might affect the economy? Should we be worried?
Very, Megan. Not to sound dramatic, but this could be catastrophic. Unemployment has skyrocketed, and frankly, it will be a miracle if a lot of businesses can survive this.
There you go, scaremongering again, spreading this latest liberal hoax. That's what they want. They want us quiet. Shh. They want us compliant. And they want us
His mic is terrible.
inside.
A hoax? How on earth can you say that, Alan?
Well, I haven't actually seen one of these supposed toys. Have you?
Well, no, but
Did you know 3,000 people die every year from regular toys? That's a lot of people. And this is no different. You're just as likely to be hunted down by a yo-yo or a tennis racket.
He makes an excellent and persuasive point, Katie.
Don't listen to her, Katie. The press are the enemy of truth.
she's agreeing with you, Alan, you absolute shit.
Well, then I must be wrong.
Alan, are you now recanting your statement that these toys aren't dangerous?
People are saying they're just like normal toys, and that simply isn't true. Corrupt media lies.
And Katie, how do you respond to Alan's claims that Mrs. Snugglehugs might be dangerous after all?
I suppose I guess I'm agreeing with him.
Thank you, Katie. I appreciate your support. A lot of folks are saying this Mrs. Snugglehug
Oh my
situation
God.
will all blow over, but it won't.
Sandwich.
Yes, right, exactly. We need decisive action from the government. We need huge financial support to protect our workers
is
and
he
our
doing?
businesses. We need to support the vulnerable, and we need
To repent. Exactly right, Katie. We brought it on ourselves with all our liberal indulgences like art, cake, and healthcare. We need to act now and begin sacrificing our firstborns, or as a push, a beloved family pet.
Absolutely, Alan. If we can all successfully come together as a community and perform the ritual, hopefully we will.
He's
appease
performing the
great
ritual.
ancient. Katie, could it be any worse?
Luckily, over the past few years under Advance, they've invested heavily into health, so the system can actually bear the strain.
Is it lucky that the Llama Lords have unleashed a horde of man-made
The Llama
monsters on
Lord?
its own people to conceal the enemy within?
Will you just stop for 5 fucking seconds?
The Global Alliance of Fish People are amassing an army to kidnap our children.
That's you. That's what you sound like.
Okay.
But I
Tiny.
I don't sound like that.
Yes, you do.
You do, Alan. You do sound like that.
And that's why no one wants to be
Oh,
your friend.
rude.
I've got loads of friends.
No, you haven't.
I don't think you do, Alan.
Yeah, stop lying, Alan.
I'm not lying.
Why is
You
Megan
are.
being so mean?
Well, I'm telling.
Alan James.
Alan, you know
Katie
what they say about
Brightman, thank you
snitches,
for
Alan.
joining
I'm
me.
getting-
Some real food for thought there from two of the territory's leading minds. Any moment now, I'll be heading over to Jeremy, who is going to be bringing us an up-to-the-minute report of the status of the nation. Over to you, Jeremy.
I don't care less. I don't care what anyone.
Score was reasonable today, which really contributed to the national conversation. Next, out on the streets, someone who's always doing exactly that. It's Patrick Bannon. Are you there, Patrick?
Hello, Jeremy. Yes, hello. I'm here. I'm here live.
Oh my God, it's not even a green screen, it's a huge picture.
Couldn't find any cameramen or women brave enough to come and join me, so I'm out here on my own.
Right, and can you tell us what it's like out there?
Yep, I can. It's as you can see behind me, the streets are currently completely deserted. So my question, Jeremy, is just how long? I mean, could there be danger lurking just around the corner, waiting to end the fledgling career of this young promising boy before his full potential is even realised? Will he die, underappreciated by management, and frankly, if you ask me, very, very much underpaid?
I don't think there's any danger of that, Patrick. What's that on your jacket there?
Oh, that's actually a sponge. What I've done here is made a snuggle-proof jacket, Jeremy. The network didn't bother sending me any PPE, so I've been forced to improvise.
What is that?
In fact, showing
Why?
the sort of resourcefulness that would make me an ideal candidate for, I don't know, for example, an anchor position starting whenever they'd like.
From your point of view, Patrick, just how safe are our streets?
Not safe at all, Jeremy, not safe at all. I'd recommend people staying inside, following government advice, and not putting themselves at any risk at all. Unless, of course, like me, it's for groundbreaking journalism reasons.
Mm-hmm. And just where are you, Patrick?
I'm in the street, on the street.
Which street?
I think I'm struggling to hear you, actually, Jeremy, there.
Which street? Which street are you on?
Oh, which street am I on? Oh, God. I'm just looking for a sign. There it is. I'm on Bannon Avenue.
Bannon Avenue?
Yep.
Bannon Avenue.
Yeah, no, I can hear you fine. Yep, I'm on Bannon Avenue on the sign, it says there.
Like Patrick Bannon?
Oh, yeah, that's strange. That's a weird sign. I don't know what's going on there.
Where are you really?
I'm on Bannon, Alright, fine, I'm not on Bannon Avenue, I'm on the home, to be honest. Alright, fine. Well, I'm in my bathroom, technically, but, you know, I couldn't face it, to be honest, mate. It's, you know, it's terrible out there. I don't want to go outside. They're everywhere. I'm sorry for lying.
We don't expect any less of you, Patrick.
You hear that sound? What the hell's that?
Oh.
I can, yes. I'm no expert, Patrick, but it sounds unmistakably like a tiny fist tapping on your door there.
Oh, fuck, it does. Oh, fuck, Jeremy, shit, no! Oh, bollocks. Right.
Perhaps there's a small queue of tiny fists, each wielding a different gendered household implement, ready to bash in the heads of lying little roving reporters.
No, you're lying, aren't you? Oh, shit, fucking, listen to me, you bastards! If you're out there, just to piss off, you little fucking snuggle fucks! I'm too talented to die! Oh, what the fucking hell? Okay, it's fine.
Oh.
It's fine. Oh, God.
Don't worry, Patrick. I'd say you've got a few seconds before they break their way in there and finish you off. What do you see, Patrick? Thank you, Patrick, for that report, showing the nation, and more importantly, management, just where you belong. It's time for another break, but when we come back, we'll be hoping to take your mind off the world for a little while, and who knows, maybe even bring you a few smiles. Join us after this. You're damn right. Yeah, I had them delivered. Yes, it's a bad
Crazy Neil! What do you mean? What do you mean? How do I what? What the f- I don't want to play a flashlight. Come on. Okay. Weird shit. Sometimes I am the cow.
No, I'm not.
Sometimes I am the
not going to.
cow. I'm gonna.
I don't have to.
We'll have to play
No, you're
fucking
being child.
whack a snuggle hug,
I'm not.
whatever they're called.
I'm not. I'm not. No? No? Oh, 5, 4, 3. Welcome back to the National Nightly. Well, welcome back anyway. We know isolation isn't easy, so finally tonight we have something a bit different for you. Even though some people felt it's not our job to entertain the public with absolute nonsense, other, more important people overruled those people. So it's time to find out who will National Nightly win and who will National Nightly lose. Fuck off, Jim!
National Nightly, National Nightly.
So, how do we play? Well, there's a man who knows all about playing.
Fuck.
It's Tommy Harris. Hello, Tommy.
All right, Johnny. It's good to see ya.
And how are you finding the lockdown, Tommy?
What do you mean lockdown?
The enforced isolation of everyone in the country.
Ah, yeah. I think I heard about that actually. Yeah.
You're in bed, Tommy.
Yeah. You called during nap time, so.
Of course, that's my fault. So, why don't you tell us how the game is played?
Well, it's pretty simple, Jeremy, you sausage. I'm going to ask contestants from around the territory 3 questions about what else, yours truly. And those people are going to get a chance to win a very special prize.
And what are they playing for, Tommy?
Drum roll, please. Jeremy.
Oh.
Thank you. This
is. What is that?
It's my athletic support, Jeremy.
Oh.
But I've signed it, so.
Oh, well then, what a fantastic prize.
Have we got anybody waiting to win this once-in-a-lifetime prize, Jimmy?
I believe we have Angie on the line. How do you feel about winning this man's old pants, Angie?
I've never been so excited, Jeremy. And can I just say, I love you. Both of you.
Well, you've said it now, haven't you?
Oh, Angie, I love you. In a way. Tell us about yourself, Angie.
Well, what can I say? My name is Angie. Always has been. I'm a human woman, and my dental hygiene has been described as acceptable.
Brilliant! Right,
What
well,
the fuck?
Shall we get this shambles underway?
Absolutely, John. Can I get 30 seconds on the clock, please?
We
No.
haven't got a clock.
Yeah, I did ask for a clock. So,
Well, why don't you start, and I'll stop you when it inevitably becomes unbearable to watch.
I love it. All right, here we go. Time starts now. Question 1. When is my birthday?
The 13th of August at 7:19 a.m.
That is absolutely correct. Question 2. What? I said, what is my favourite colour?
Crushed praline 4.
Correct, the colour of my nipples. And finally, Angie dear, what is my star sign?
That's a trick question. You were born outside of the human understanding of the cosmos.
Unbelievable, that is correct. Stop the clock.
Wow, that really was tough to watch. How did you do, Tommy?
Well, Angie, my love, you got every single question right. Which of course means you lose and win absolutely nothing. Thanks for playing, Angie. Bye. Do we have another contestant on the line at Jelly Bean?
We do indeed. We should have Sonia Artleach. Are you there, Sonia?
Of course I am, Jamie, darling.
Thank you for being here, Sonia.
Oh, there you are, Tommy. Mwah.
Let me guess, you work in theatre, don't you?
Is it that obvious? What gave it away? Was it the glamour or poise?
It certainly wasn't your inherent sense of humility.
Tell us about yourself, Sonia.
Oh, well,
Fuck.
if you must play this game. I am a theatrical agent. I represent the likes of Rudy Beefman, Samuel Coffee Cup, and Jodie Carpetburn, amongst others.
What?
And how's the lockdown affected you, Sonia?
Well, they may have closed the theatres, shut the studios, and boarded the cinemas, but they won't get me that easily.
How are you managing without any work?
Due to a savvy clause in all of my artist contracts, I am able to claim my 15% from their unemployment benefit.
Wow, that certainly is sharp.
Standard stuff, standard stuff.
And can I ask, where are you speaking to us from?
Well, I work from home to keep costs down.
And who's this?
Oh, well, you know, when they gave the order, I was actually mid-meeting with a client, so we've been isolated together.
No fucking way.
King fuck.
Is that Tommy Harris? I'm a huge fan. Can I just tell you how bloody brilliant you are?
Actually, Jeff, we're about to play a game, aren't we, Tommy?
We got time.
Well, if it's not too bold, I think I am in love with you, Mr. Harris.
No, it's not too bold. That's all right. Don't worry.
Wait, what happened?
Well, at least you're already aware.
During lockdown, we've been workshopping some of Jeff's ideas for much younger children, haven't we?
People still let you near their children, do they?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I've been developing some shows for younger children.
Well, we'd love to see it, wouldn't we, Gerbil?
Absolutely dying to.
Right, so, what do kids love?
Timely child support payments from their absent fathers.
Shallow and overproduced musical numbers.
That's right. Animals! So, I'm trying to address the things that kids need to know, but through a medium that they'll understand. Do you understand?
I think so, yes.
Jeff's one of my best clients, aren't you?
I am, yeah. So, the first one we've been working on is called The King of the Jungle's Mortgage Repayments. It's about a lion who's having problems with his interest rates.
I see. Does he have a broker?
He does, yes. He's a porcupine. How did you know that?
Well, your work is universal, darling. It speaks to people.
I'm going to say something to you, mate. I think you're onto something here.
Oh, the bear,
Yes. Right. This one is much better. So, this one tells the tale of Mr. Bear. Now, Mr. Bear is a very sad bear.
Oh,
because
easy.
all of the other bears don't think that he'll amount to much, and they tell him that his plays are lazy and derivative.
I think you're onto something there.
Now, Mr. Bear is a tragic figure. Picture this. He's at his lowest ebb. The trees are closing in. He can't even face his salmon, can he? No. But then he meets someone that will change his life forever.
This is fucking gripping.
That's right. He meets a wise old octopus who takes him under his wing and says, "No, Mr. Bear, don't be sad. You're not like all the other bears. You have this ambition and these dreams."
Such fucking dreams.
I think I love you, Jeff.
And what you need to do, Mr. Bear, says the octopus, probably doing an 8-armed gesture or something.
What you need to do to find happiness in this crazy old forest is you need to set yourself more realistic goals. It's called Mr. Bear Lowers His Expectations.
Wow. You really have taken yourself to new depths. And what do you want children to take away from this?
Oh, fuck shit, fuck.
What?
I said a more realistic worldview.
Are you all right, Jamboree?
It's Jeffrey. My name is Jeffrey Donington.
No, stop. How does it end? We need to know how it ends.
Well, all the animals learn a thing or two about inevitable mediocrity.
Yeah, and Mr. Bear settles down near to his parents' cave, stops trying to make his band happen, and he goes into bear telemarketing.
Becomes a bear maths teacher.
Oh, and we end... We end on a big musical number. Oh, there's dancing. It's very repetitive, so it's catchy but not too challenging. Well, if you like, I could go and get my boombox.
Yeah, you know, I might be able to... Hang on, can we get Angie back?
Why not? The more the merrier, as they say at orgies.
Right, I'll just fill then, shall I? Coming up in a moment, it's the world premiere that nobody saw coming.
Lights!
Or wanted. At all.
Right.
I can only apologise in advance for what we're all about to... endure.
You turn this shitting thing...
Well, there's all sorts of creatures down on Dangly Doodle Farm. Like wise old Mr. Octopus with way too many arms. There's Mr. Pig and Mr. Cow, they're always in good moods. But that's 'cause they don't know they'll soon be sliced up into food. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your hopes go to turn into despair. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your dreams go to die. Mr. Raccoon wants to go to the moon. He'll end up as a bus driver soon. Mr. Porcupine thinks he'll read the news at 9. He'll end up as a janitor who stinks of turpentine. Mr. Tiny Mouse thought he'd own a massive house, ended up in a bedsit where he can't control the louse. Mr. Horse thought he'd go into professional sports, now he's an alcoholic and he's on his third divorce. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's the place your life becomes an endless questionnaire. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your hopes go to die. Lower your expectations. Maybe you could get a job in telecommunications. No matter how you try, you'll never reach the League of Nations. The best you'll get is middle rank in trading operations. So lower your expectations. You'll never win an Oscar, so there's no congratulations. The future that is coming will not meet specifications, and no amount of visualizations will save you from your own deterioration. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's a tramp who thought he'd be a multi-millionaire. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where self-esteem goes to die. Mr.
I'm so good at this.
Bear, what's that over there? That's the disappointment that is waiting everywhere. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your schemes go to die. That's where your dreams go to die. That's where dreams go to die.
Thanks all for what I'm sure is bound to be a classic of children's
Dang,
entertainment.
I nailed that.
But now, let's see how it's really done.
Before we wrap up the news tonight, I just wanted to spend
What the
a moment
fuck?
talking to you directly. A final thought, if you will, just for you, Alex. You see, I know you think it's gotten complicated back at the old homestead, but there's something you should know. You like to think you've got the family ruled, that feelings have cooled, and you're just ridiculed. You think you're
It's the music. It's the main music of the game. Yeah.
you clearly love your daughter more. You like to think you've got it under control. Well, if that was your goal, you better re-roll. Did you have a few too many at the watering hole? You clearly love your daughter more. Now Chris and Sam are broken, 'cause you're too scared of the law.
Is this actually her singing? Because if it is, dang. Applause.
But Susie thinks you're perfect with that holiday abroad. And I've gotta say, you clearly love your daughter more. One more time.
What the wait. I think I missed some lyrics.
Clearly love your daughter more.
What kind of love?
And that's news. That's a
all we have time for tonight on the National Nightly News. We'll be back tomorrow when Jeremy will be wrestling an alpaca and I'll be naked. I'm Megan Wolf.
What do you mean?
Have a treacle night. Oh. Oi, just give me that beer. I'm fucking famished.
Oh, that's a huge ass beer. I've never seen one like this. What the fuck?
What is that piss? Do you think I'd be happy with that? You're out of your mind. Hello? Alex? Wake up, Alex! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Wake up, Alex! Alex!
What?
Wake up! Wake up!
Oh, really? That was cool. Yo, A plus. I'm happy with that. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, a rhythmic beeping of the heart monitor brings you slowly back to consciousness. Opening your eyes, you're greeted by a semi-circle of concert faces. Oh, yeah, I was like, why a semi-cycle? Your family, by your side, a reassuringly familiar sight in these surroundings. Blink a few times to clear the sleep from your eyes and bring everyone into focus. But looking up, Sam's face is a mixture of concern and frustration. Things haven't been great between you two lately, and Chris hasn't been helping things. Leaning at Sam's shoulder with a sour expression, it's clear there's still no love lost between the two of you. I can't read. While Sam clearly worried about you, the family scowl. What's this word? Is obvious on both of those faces. Their faces. You grew some to some. I'm not sure what this means. Don't worry for a win out, and Sam takes your hand. Oh, the worry. Oh shit. Before leaning, I can't read. Okay, I'm gonna try to focus even more. Before leaning into kiss your forehead. Of course, sweetheart. I could never have been anywhere else. For the first time in a while, you both genuinely smiled at each other before you look to the rest of your family. Just as you feel Susie's absence, you notice Charlie fidgeting, clearly trying not to look worried. As soon as you turn to look at him, you can see Charlie tense up. His concern clear on his face. So, you're definitely good, right? You finally ask, quickly looking away. Leave the blanket alone, what's that mean? Charlie looks at you and grinds probably. One of those infectious signs that spreads around the room. It's always good to have him in your corner. Your smile fades as you notice your mother staring listlessly, what's that, out the window. Despite all your best efforts, she's not been doing well lately. Are you okay, Mom? Her mother starts. You call clearly shocking her out of her reverie. She turns to you and smiles, and you're grateful to see the increasingly rare recognition in her eye. Fuck. Yes, dear, of course. How are you feeling? I think I'm gonna stop reading. Mr. Bozeman. That's the boss, right? Okay. Boss is somewhat being nice. I do not trust that. Burden to bear. I think I'm gonna read because it's gonna be boring otherwise. At least it's been funny, you can laugh at my stupid accent. You come home from a particularly late shift to find the kitchen light still on, which isn't normally a good sign. Eventually, everyone's in bed now. Why did I read eventually? I don't know! Softly opening the kitchen's door, you find Sam sat at the table. Bills and paper are strewn in front of him, as well as what looks to be their second pack of biscuits. Bro, 2 pack of biscuits? Who are you kidding? They give you a quick kiss as you take a sit next to them. Sam frowns and goes back to the bill they're holding. Wait. Why is it day now? The game has been using she like since the beginning and now it changes? I don't know, that's weird. The fact that it changes. Hey sweetheart. Just looking at this at the numbers again. They look at the door to the pantry, now converted into mother's bedroom. We've been doing our best, but I think Cassandra really needs a nurse to look after her now. Suddenly the bills are all you can see. Fortunately, with the money that's been going in and what we've been able to save, we've got more than enough to keep going. Sam smiles at you. I know things have been difficult, and the daily care won't be cheap, but she's her mother. We have to, really, don't we? I'm confused about how the sentence rhymes in my head. Oh, I don't know. Wait, what? Oh. Sam seems somewhat taken aback. Well, she's your mother, Alex. I can't tell you what to do, but I don't think it's what she would want. They hesitate before continuing. But then, maybe she would. She hasn't been her whole self for so long. I don't know, it's up to you. This isn't how she'd want her final years to be if she was still herself. What? What's a transition center? Wait a second, what's that? Chat, what is that? What? Wait a second. What is that? I'm confused. A letter home. Okay, wait a second. I'm gonna turn on the fan. It's unbearable. So, Sam's out with work tonight and Charlie's staying out of France. The house is yours. You order a takeaway, have a couple of drinks and decide to relax in front of the TV. Not a great selection tonight, but surely something to watch. Ah, definitely. The humor was a bit hit and miss, but the joke about the kiln was that as you bent double and Luffle? It's like waffles that makes you laugh or something, I don't know. Weeping a tear from your eye, you spy something reflecting the light of the TV under the coffee table. Oh. Curious, you reach down and bring it out into the light. And as you pick it up, you remember the note Sam left you. Hey sweetheart, Charlie lost Susie's present. Would you mind looking for it tonight? As you hold it closer, you're surprised to find the gift's actually an engraved lighter or cheapie. She claims the nickname's affectionate, but Charlie still scolds every time she says it. Not sure Sam would approve. The accompanying note from Susie explains, Erkistan has been a long tradition of glorifying the art of starting fires. Thought you'd like it. Don't do anything stupid, Suze. Hopefully it's just a souvenir and not a new pastime he's picked up or about to pick up. Finally. The silence. What is this? Oh, it's the picture thing again.
Right, Kath, it'll be all right.
No, it won't be all right, Kath. Pack up your weapons of optical destruction and get out.
You
Acid gassing.
I mean it, Kath.
It's like stomach acids.
Stay where you are, Kath. Jenny?
This is not Jenny's decision, Jeremy, or yours. Oh, good.
Oh, this one's
Tell him I'll
jammed.
return his wife's casserole dish at our dinner next week.
What does this one say? All new shampoo from
Jenny?
Eye of the Beholder. Okay. Oh yeah, it's fucked up.
I'm sorry, Kath,
Okay.
you're gonna have to leave.
At 11:30, it's a double bill for popular transatlantic comedy.
What happened?
Letting it go to your head.
She nearly blinded me.
10 seconds,
I thought we were all part of a team these days.
Things are better, Jeremy, you know that. Just stop being so
Going in
high and mighty
5,
and do your job.
4,
You'll have me fired too.
3.
Don't tempt me.
Megan and all the team at the National.
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolfe.
And I'm Jeremy Dawson. Our main
Three
headlines
mages.
tonight.
The
Gosh.
establishment strikes back. The World Council has agreed today to impose punitive sanctions on the people of this country.
The sanctions, which are broad-ranging, include restrictions on the supply of oil and gas, food, clothing, and even some medicines. But how should we react? We asked the public.
What are your reaction to the sanctions?
I think it's fucking outrageous. My mom needs insulin. Am I supposed to get her transitioned? What's the government doing about it? Eh?
Thanks, Patrick. Fascinating stuff. Thanks, Patrick.
Popular Prime Minister Julia Salisbury has released a reassuringly brave statement in response to the World Council's controversial announcement.
Oh no, not her
This
again.
international declaration is nothing short
Julia,
of
you can go fuck
outrageous.
yourself.
We are a democratically elected government with massive popular support. We do not recognise these sanctions. And we encourage
What is
other
this note to
socially
the left?
progressive nations of the world to both resist and ignore them. Advance have struck fear into the heart of the international community by showing that it is possible to have radical change for the betterment of the many. And whilst I wish we could improve other countries as much as we have our own, we do not rely on the help of others to thrive. This country is entirely self-sufficient. We are a team, now more than ever. And this team is on your side. Thank you.
I think it's changed the
But
antenna.
what do you, the public, think of our government's stance? Robin Short found out.
Hi there. Robin Short, National Nightly News. I was wondering if I could get your thoughts on the current government.
I'm not really very interested in politics, really. As Mother always said, leave politics to the politicians, Malcolm.
Over to you, fellas. Global mega corporation Remington's Fist today announced that trials have successfully completed on their groundbreaking male
I guess the name is a pun, actually.
responsibility.
The drug has been
You might
passed
think
by the
I'm
government
stupid,
for
but
general release, but the small print warns that, in rare cases, side effects can include blurred vision, enlarged genitalia, and increased risk of stroke. No double entendre.
enlarged genitalia?
But what do you, the public, think of Sophia Remington's latest venture? Patrick?
So what are your feelings on the new contraceptive pill?
I think it's a great idea. A big step forward for equality. Sophia Remington is the best thing that has ever happened to that company.
A momentary lapse of reason? Commuters across the capital found themselves somewhat bemused by the latest stunt by controversial protest group Disrupt.
In a baffling start to the day, commuters found performers outside every major station, all dressed and posed identically. Whether we're supposed to be amused or intimidated is anybody's guess, Jeremy, but most commuters didn't even stop to notice.
Well, as long as it's not some grand contemporary dance, it's probably harmless.
But how do we all feel about Disrupt and their eclectic tactics? Robin found out.
Okay, let's
Do you
try
have any
this.
feelings about Disrupt?
Oh, it's this guy
all
again.
a bit noisy for me, really. As Mother always said, leave the rebelling to the rebels, Malcolm.
Bubbling
Love this
up, intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and Dr. Ingrid Sforsborg-Hawkinsford today sent a
Bless
blueprint
you.
of the escape craft in which they hope to finally leave Dante's taint.
With expert opinions of the plan running the gamut from optimistically engineered to that looks like something my granddad made in his shed, it sounds like the unfortunate team are going to need all the thoughts and prayers they can get.
I'm
So
gonna
what
pick
should we
the,
think about the
the
escape plan?
angry one.
Patrick Bannon again.
Dare I ask you about the blueprints?
Well, mate, I've never been a submarine engineer, but I have tinkered with a few motors in my time, and I can tell you that thing is not going to work. I'd rather trust my life to Uncle Pat, and I murdered him 10 years ago.
Oh, what? It's because you're joking. It's funny. Are you?
I am not a number. Applications finally open today for the new advanced team membership cards.
Yeah,
A
there's still
scheme by
new
the
things I
government to
haven't
allow faster
like
access
touched
to all the new public
on the
services
board,
being
especially the
introduced
Smil one,
daily.
and I'm really
Team
scared about it.
membership cards are entirely voluntary, but will be recognised as legal identification by all major organisations, including the police, banks, and, vitally, pubs and bars.
And of course, there's no charge, Jeremy.
It all seems too good to be true.
Well, you've always been a cynic. But most importantly, what should you, the public, think about the new team membership cards?
Team membership cards. Oh, yeah, fantastic. I'm applying today. I mean, why wouldn't you? What are these protesters doing that they don't want us to know who their names are? Besides, have you seen the savings you can get? I'm getting one for the little one as well.
Oh,
How
why?
adorable. Yeah, gonna be a
Why
proper little
did I
team
click
member, aren't
positive?
you? Yes, he smiled. He smiles.
And finally tonight, Game of Two
I
Halves.
hate those shit.
Fresh out of rehab, repentant celebrity sportsman Johnny Hamsleeves is promising to turn over a new leaf.
In a surprisingly energetic appearance on the Whitney Chinwag show this morning, Johnny showed everyone he's certainly full of life and raring to go.
You better not try that on our sofas. I doubt they'll survive the frenzy.
But what should we think of this exuberant behaviour? Patrick?
Disgusting.
Wise words there.
Later tonight, in a bit of a switcheroo, it'll be Jeremy in the culture chair, spitting rhymes with popular rapper Jay Zus. And then we'll both be
Yay!
tackling the familiar team of thespians
Yeah, we
set
saw
to
that
take
in the
nation
trailer.
by storm again.
That's all coming up on tonight's
National
Nightly
Nightly
News.
Oh shit, wait a second. I was busy, I didn't notice that. Fuck. It's fine, it doesn't really matter.
Thankfully, some news as we return to our main story.
The World Council today agreed that
Björk.
punitive and potentially
Björk.
illegal sanctions should be imposed upon this country. The sanctions, which come into effect immediately, aim to stop the flow of food, fuel, and even some medicines from reaching your pockets.
What the?
Tonight we have guests from across the continent to discuss this unprecedented situation. For advance, Peter Clement is at his home in Lancashire. Are you there, Peter?
Yes, I can hear you, Jeremy. Thank you for having me.
A momentous day, Prime Minister. Are you shaken?
No, I don't scare that easy, I'm afraid, old son. And neither do the people of this country.
Well, joining us is Ivan Vodovich, Foreign Minister of Urkistan. Ivan, thank you for being here.
Great pleasure.
What's Urkistan? Is it a real thing?
Are like strongest guard or labour camp who wake up inside body of crazy, expensive prostitute. In my country, you will be worshipped as a god.
Okay. Minister, as one of those arguing most strongly for these sanctions, how do you feel about Advance's defiant stance?
Advance is like man who think he have big career in movies land, when actually he in dirty sanitarium, screaming at mirror and holding tiny penis in hand.
He's clearly not from Svenland, and we have like some of the cleanest mental health facilities in the continent, yeah.
And welcome to Svenland's Minister of Mojo, Björk. I'm sorry, we don't appear to have your surname.
Okay. It's just Björk, yeah. We don't use things like socially divisive surnames here, yeah.
Minister?
It's just Björk, yeah.
Right, Björk. Your country spoke in favour of Advance at the World Council today, but you were noticeably absent when it came to the actual vote.
Well, what a surprise. The hippies didn't show up for the fight.
Actually, that's quite racist, because if you must know, we were going to go to the whole like vote thing, yeah, but it's actually the Festival of Feuerland here at the moment, where we honor the old generations. So like we all had to work our grandparents' gleania whilst the vote was happening, and that's like a really, really time-consuming process, actually.
You're like a sissy man. You have this expression, sissy man, is like man with tiny penis who like to wash more than once a week.
Actually, that's quite homophobic, yeah,
Oh,
because...
stop winding him up, Ivan. We're not back at the Grange now. Sorry, Jeremy. Ivan and I used to play golf back in my media days.
Yeah, he always wins.
Nothing gives him greater pleasure than grinding people's gears. The more publicly, the better.
Peter, you're like man with tiny penis who think he have tiny penis, but actually he discovered that. Oh, could it be? No, it's tiny penis.
Ivan's just worried.
What is he? What is he doing on TV?
They'll notice all that dosh that he's got squirreled away. Because that's what these sanctions are, Megan. They're the last pathetic gasp of an establishment in collapse. Wolves at the gates, Ivan, old mate.
Good. You can join others on my wall.
Actually, in Svenland, we have like serious animal welfare legislation. And like my friend Helge, she got arrested, yeah, for killing a butterfly that was hovering over her fuel thing. I mean, in English, jam sandwich.
I used to know a girl called Jam Sandwich. She was a right cracker too. I wonder what became of her.
We seem to be wandering a little from the news here.
That's human interest, Jeremy. The real people behind the headlines and all that. So if you're watching, Jan, give us a call.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see if we can't organise a reunion.
Crash, I'm not sure about that. I'll have to run it past Mrs. Clement first, eh?
She definitely took over the TV
station.
station.
Mistresses into oncoming vent. Soon you have tiny penis and beard full of secrets.
In Svenland, we don't really go in for all that restrictive monogamy stuff here. We're kind of fluid, actually.
Okay, well, it seems that we are running out of time.
Yes, so before we go to the break, briefly, if you would, gentlemen, with the people of this country facing shortages and power
possible shortages and power outages.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
I missed
Possible shortages and power outages. Can you summarise your thoughts for us, Minister Björk?
Well, from here, yeah, you all look a bit stupid really arguing about outdated divisive concepts like money. In Svenland, we replaced currency with a system of bodily fluids back in the 1970s.
Bodily fluids!
Hard to sanction, actually.
Thank you, Minister Vodovich.
Your country is like man who think he invented perfect trap for giant Newton hairy bear. When really, he's just standing in field
Holding his tiny penis, yes. Thank you, Minister. And finally, Prime Minister Clement.
Let me talk to your viewers here, Jeremy. Don't worry, everybody. Don't be afraid. Don't even lose a wink of sleep. We knew the rest of the world would react this way, and we're ready. As my old man used to say, You can't make a shite pie without blocking a few toilets.
Oh my God.
Minister.
Reassuring words there.
We'll be back.
After these messages.
1 minute back.
Hey, Peter, I over your way this weekend. You fancy a quick 9?
Yeah, sure, front or back.
That's what I hope you're asking Megan Wolf for me.
She's out of your league, mate.
Well, you have to be more careful.
It's all part of his long-term plan to get fired live on the news at 6 in front of the nation.
Can someone warn him it's going a little too well?
Okay, good. Segment A+. Oh my...
New government censorship.
The phone has melted.
Show up in blue. Same as regular censoring. Keep an eye out for the advanced blue waveform.
Is this the advanced blue waveform? I mean,
Are you still meant to bow?
it is a blue
to
waveform.
foreign royalty.
What?
Should I just like curtsy?
Sorry about that.
Have they given you the Crown Prince report?
What?
Meghan?
This is Jeremy, and he'll be interviewing you.
That's the rapper thing. Okay. Jay says.
me on your show, man.
It's quite all right.
Yo, just a quick one. You're not gonna ask me about the chimp, are you?
Live in 10 seconds.
Because he put that get up on himself. I'm just saying.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. I'm Megan Wolf. Later, we have an exclusive first look
Fuck.
at a theatrical sensation everyone's going to be talking about. But first, it's time to go over to the culture spot with lovely old Jeremy Donaldson, who's joined by a very special guest. Jeremy.
Thanks, Megan. I have the honour and privilege of being joined by hip-hop royalty. He's been called the son of the streets and the father of truth. Not sure how that works, but whatever. Let's welcome Jesus!
Thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, it's a real honor to be here on your show, The News. You know, as a kid on the streets, I used to watch you through a window of the shop, so to be here right now is crazy.
You've had quite the journey to be here today. Can you tell us about it?
Well, you know, I try not to, well, you know, the past is the past, and I don't like to dwell on it.
I understand. You
But yeah, man, the streets is all I remember. Like, my mother donated me to a charity shop soon after I was born. Elderly lady took pity on me. You know, she let me sleep on a pile of crime fiction until I taught myself how to walk.
Wow, that's quite the childhood.
And she died tragically. Right there in my arms, man. You know, I remember a tear falling as she laid there next to the used homeware. And in that moment, I became a child of the streets. I was just 18 months old.
What a tale. What a tale. You're known for your direct and honest lyrics. Was your style informed by your troubled past?
Well, like I said, I try not to talk about it. It's just too hard.
Of course.
But my first album is about the story of the first 4 times I stole, so I wouldn't starve. A small group of infants came to see me as their de facto leader. They call me Mr. Cheese Slice. Anyway, we were like a family.
So it would seem. Recently, you've been quite outspoken about the government.
Yeah, fuck the government. Fuck Advance. Fuck Peter Clement.
What is it that you object to so vehemently?
Well, you know, they stole
What's
from
about-
us. They're taking our money and spending it, man.
Was I supposed to like
Distributing it.
not mute the blue
Actually,
part?
homelessness has been all but eliminated in the last couple of months.
So?
Surely that's a cause close to your heart?
Yeah, nah, of course, man, very much so. I just mean, like, why do I have to pay for it, you know?
You don't. People have been rehoused on property seized from the historically wealthy. And that couldn't have been you, could it?
Look, yeah, I worked hard to be here. I built this from nothing, and I deserve to be rewarded for that.
Would you say you worked harder than, say, a farmer or a care worker?
I don't know. But if people are taking something from my music, choose to value it, buy it, who's to say I don't? And no one can take that away from me.
Not even to help, say, vulnerable children? Mr. Cheese Slice?
What is it you're trying to say?
I just don't understand where you've placed yourself politically. I mean, is it ideological or is it tactical?
Well, it's more of
Or
like...
maybe it's hereditary.
Stop trying to tie me in knots with your words, Jeremy. I let the music speak for itself. And the people agree with me.
Well, that remains to be seen. But you have given me a very easy segue out of a conversation that I promise you was much more painful for me than it was for you. So here he is with his hit song, Mrs. Ludlow's Tears.
Oh no, I'm gonna do something a little different. It's a new single I've been working on.
Oh, so this is unapproved, is it?
Yeah, you love it.
Excellent. Don't worry, we've got a state-of-the-art censorship system. What's the worst that could happen? So here he is with a new song. Aren't we lucky? It's Jesus!
First, you're gonna pay up. You're gonna pay back.
Well, we're all different races from many different places. At any given moment, only one could be the greatest. So you can feel the elation from your participation.
The mixing is bad.
In this motherfucking nation. Now we're getting sanctioned.
Way too fucking loud.
About expansion. Why does Julius require a massive fucking mansion? So fuck all your schemes. I don't need your freaky team, and I don't need your help to achieve my fucking dreams. So don't make a fuss when you find you're one of us. Get every single one of you's a bit Jesus. And you can call me crazy, cause no one ever pays me. But I won't waste a lifetime being motherfucking lazy. I may be inventive, my taste may be expensive. But why would I get out of bed with no fucking incentive? Although it's contravention of your obvious intention. I like to eat a little of the fruits in my invention. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. The best of the praise of the crest of the wave. Cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Take this fact, gonna stain it red. Gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. It's time to stone the castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. So this is for the snub ones, the push and the shove ones, the folks that feel the burden of their motherfucking loved ones. Ones who had plenty like a motherfucking Bentley. The ones who now finding that their bank accounts are empty. The ones of aspiration, who had to flee a nation. The ones who built a business out of dreams of perspiration. There's all sorts of people, the good and the evil. It only takes a glance to see we're not all equal. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. And the best of the praise of the press of the ways. Cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Gonna take this fact, gonna stain it red. Gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to stone the castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Get out of your seats, get your asses in the streets. Set a fire in the building, let them feel some fucking heat. Say you hate to go getters, you're squilling bed getters, and burn them on the pyres of advances fucking letters. Gonna take this fact, gonna stain it red. Gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to stone the castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Chase that dream, you don't need a fucking team. And advances, little dances aren't as harmless as it seems. Cause they're stale and corrupt, then you're angry or wrong. Then your hearts and your minds and your fists to destruct.
This was hard.
Jesus there with his new song. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio. I'm sorry. I may not agree with you, but I'd just like to offer you an apology. I've just been told that there was some kind of issue upstairs and an attempt was made to censor some of your lyrics.
What? Are you joking?
I'd just like to say to you and everyone at home that this was a mistake.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe this.
Here at the National Nightly News, we pride ourselves on remaining neutral, unbiased, and independent of any outside interference. You have my word. We will never censor ideas. Back to you, Megan.
A bit of dangerous language there, sorry about that.
That was intentional,
Well,
by the way.
thank you to little Jeremy Donaldson for providing our culture spot. Coming up, we'll be speaking to a couple of familiar faces about their upcoming dramatic outing. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
That's the ad.
Just to remind you, fixing that old VCR.
No, it's ridiculous. Who's up
Past that break.
This is just a mix-up, I'm sure. Now, if you come with me, I really do have to ask
Oh,
you to
trust me.
leave it.
My father's going to hear about this.
I understand. This is unbelievable, Megan.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jeremy.
It's getting worse. No, it just melted once and now it's fucked up. Okay. Did I play the wrong one? We've got dog bath! We've got dog bath!
Look at him.
If we could just get you in position.
Oh, say no more. Say no more.
I love the dog bath.
Listen, Jeremy, you remember Mr. Algebra?
Oh no.
Vividly.
Wait, it's this
Mr.
guy.
Harris,
Wait!
Mrs. Rachel.
This guy.
Philippa, please.
Yeah, he was.
Together again, eh? Who'd have thought?
Isn't he the guy that made
Yes, it is
the
awfully
bear
exciting,
song?
isn't
Like the
it?
sad bear song?
Okay then. We're going live in 10 seconds. Opening on camera 1.
Sorry.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. And no, you're not mistaken. Sitting across from us are some very familiar faces.
You really are too kind, Megan. It was only a yogurt commercial, but I'm still proud of it.
Here to talk about his new show, we're joined by National Treasure Tommy Harris, the National Theatre's Philippa Rayton, and National Deficit Jeff Algebra.
It's so lovely to have you all. Tommy, would you like to tell us about the show?
You know what? I'd bloody love to. It's about me. It's about my life.
And where did the idea come from?
So, right, picture this. Their legs akimbo, mid-session, sweat is pouring out of me like an immense hog. And then Cindy comes in, she said, Pete's on the phone.
That's Peter Clement, the Prime Minister.
Yeah, Pete's actually a really good mate of mine.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, no, he comes to training sometimes. He's actually a pretty good goal sweeper. Anyway, so, yeah, Pete, he says, Toby, he thinks my name's Toby, see? He says, how would you like to spread your message of team spirit and cooperation across this fractured nation? How would you like to really make a difference in these desperate times?
What did you say?
Yeah, right, yeah.
So, Jeff, the question on everyone's lips is, what in God's name are you doing here?
Well, after the success of my debut work and all the people that I've touched, I knew that I had a career in theatre. Yeah? I've always been an admirer of Tommy from afar. So when my manager phoned and said that I'd been offered the gig as director, I was ecstatic. I whipped my trousers off and got straight to work.
Why did you do that?
I do all my best work with my trousers off.
Yeah, I've been told that too.
No, I wouldn't say so.
Right, Tommy, sorry, would you just give us a sense of what the show is actually about?
It's about how hard it's been for me and some of the struggles that I've faced. It's like really getting to the heart of how
Wait a
tough
second, please.
it is to be me. I call it Tommy Harris. Jesus, that was hard.
Catchy. We actually have some clips of the process of the show. Would you mind telling us what's going on here?
Yeah, so the show is built around two things that are very important to me. It mixes scenes from my life as well as epic fantasy retellings of scenes from my life.
But Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
I'm sorry, son. You're an embarrassment.
But
Rude.
Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
Back, demon! Back to the hells!
Okay. It's quite random.
Philippa, what's it been like co-starring with Tommy Harris?
I've always dreamed of treading the boards at medium-scale regional theatres, Megan. And for once, this show really gives me something to sink my teeth into.
What's different about this show, then?
Tommy, Mr. Harris's show really lets me show my tremendous range as an actor. I've always suffered from typecasting, forced to play the same tired characters in every god-awful yogurt advert or god-forsaken soap opera or, God forbid, a pantomime. But, you know, this show has really let me just go there.
Jeff, the viewers at home will be dying to know exactly what is it that you bring to the show.
Good question. I think these guys would agree with me when I say that it's my steady hand on the tiller, my arm round the shoulder approach that's really brought the production from strength to strength.
Absolutely right. Jeff's contributions are immeasurable.
Oh my God,
He
I'm
was
glad
our
I didn't
rock.
show that.
Can you give us a sneak peek of anything else that might be in the show?
Yeah, all sorts, yeah.
Yep. We've got lots of exclusive first-hand experiences of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
And some epic fantasy retellings of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
You'll never take the sacred pass!
And am I right in saying this was officially commissioned by the government?
Yeah, all paid for by the taxpayer, which, you know, to be honest, was actually a lifesaver, really.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that without Advance's support, we'd have had to cut the finale.
Which, frankly, would have been a travesty.
Oh, God, Jesus Christ!
And you do this every night.
Absolutely. It's a metaphor.
For what?
Death.
And the public are footing the bill, are they?
Too bloody right they are. Between the cost of my tour bus and the dry cleaning of my ties, I'm barely scraping a profit here.
Amazing. And where can the folks at home come and see this for themselves?
We're performing all over the nation.
And people can see it for absolutely free, all courtesy of Advance. Isn't that incredible, Jeremy?
Yes, it's unbelievable.
Well, thank you all so much for coming. Next time we see you, no doubt you'll have taken our jobs.
That's all we have time for tonight. Join us tomorrow when I'll be interviewing the world's most attractive horse. I'm Jeremy Donson.
And I'm Megan Wolfe. And from all of us here, have a peaceful night.
That's the ads. Let's get reset for tomorrow, please.
Hey, we must stop bumping into each other like this, eh?
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
What? Okay, that was not good. A small bonus. Starting to get rich. Oh, really? Oh my. Oh, okay. I think I need to put Advance's ad like as the second ad, not the first or the third one. Oh! Wait, the grass is sliding. Is it me? Bro, this grass is giving me nausea. I'm not even kidding. Wait. I want to see another loop. It's moving weird. Ugh. Okay. A ladder worth climbing. It's a lazy Sunday afternoon in the summer, with you and Sam making the most of both kids being out of the house. Period. What am I saying? You head into the pantry. I'm way too close to the mic. Taking a moment to remember when it used to be with your mother's room. I can't read. When it used to be your mother's room, before coming out with the last two slices of homemade cake. It's rare for you and Sam to actually get to finish sweet things in the house. But and you savor every mouthful. Just as you take your last bite, you heard the sound of the front door slamming. That'll be Charlie back from the Gators. Wait a second. You can hear him practically running to come find you, and he's grinding from here to here when he finally does. I have some really big news! You stand play along, sitting attentively and with bated breath. Really? Charlie asks. As you both nod enthusiastically. With a flourish, he reveals a new badge from his pocket and proudly presents it to you both to examine, as he announces, as of today, I'm a member of the first tier of Cohesion Cadets. There's way more stuff I'm gonna be doing, and I'll be working some weekends, but it's really cool. Yeah. Oh. Oh my god. A sign of things to come. Shopping, something that always seemed so tedious before the sanctions, has become even more a chore now. You managed to get almost everything you needed for the family this evening, but you have to come back tomorrow to get through the week. There's a queue to leave the car park, though it's hard to make out whites and dark. What? Oh, hopefully whatever's causing it won't be long. Okay, it's like a power outage. As the final car in front of you drives off, you realize the queue is actually due to a checkpoint set up at the exit. A friendly-looking man in advanced uniform, CCO emblazoned, I guess, and a number of places on it. I can't fucking read. Approaches your car and knock on the driver's side window. You broke down. Good evening. Nothing to worry about. I was just wondering if you could see your team membership. If I could see your team membership card, please. Are this kind of supposed to be voluntary? I'm sorry, but I don't have one. Ah, that's not a problem. We've got forms with us right here. We're more than happy to sign you up. The man gestures to you, calling behind him a young woman in a similar uniform. She clearly received the short end of the stick and is stuck with the paperwork. Yeah, I thought these cards weren't like forced. Well, strictly speaking, you're not, but there's also lots of benefits to having them, and no reason not to get one. His smile fades away, and when he puts a hand to scratch the back of his neck for a moment, he leans over you, his presence now seeming a little intimidating. No thanks. No thanks, it's not something I want right now. Almost instantly, the friendly demeanor? Oh, demeanor? Is it that? I'm not sure. It's gone, and his expression is one of stern disapproval. Well, obviously, I can't make you sign up, but I would strongly recommend you do. And soon, we wouldn't want people to think you had to hide, would we? What? Takes a step back and gestures you to drive on. You're sure you see him writing something down in the rearview mirror as you head home somewhat more hurriedly than before. Clearly, advents are very keen on everyone joining the team. Yeah, kinda weird. Not gonna lie. An invitation worth ignoring. It's a Saturday, one of your few days off, and you've made the most of it. But as late afternoon draws on, the invitation sits pinned on the fridge, staring accusingly at you. Staring, oh fuck. Channel 1 Gala is a mandatory work event, Bozeman was very quick to tell you. Also, don't you dare to be late. Oh, fuck that, yeah, I'm not going. Bozeman is certainly not going to be happy, but then Bozeman wouldn't be happy if he was made king at the same day he won the lottery. Yeah. That's not your problem. Not right now, anyway. You're entitled... Wait. You're entitled to your time off, and you're damn well going to make the most of it. Yeah, the consequences will be Monday's problem. I don't understand this, like, mandatory events. It is stupid. The heat wave. Oh, there's no phone anymore.
Now then, Alex, you'll notice the valves are heating up excessively due to the current heat wave. When they get too hot, the trip switch will blow, as you've seen. Once things have cooled down and the trip switch is back to normal, you can get the power back on. You should keep the fan pointed at the correct valve by aiming it up and down. The middle gauge when you're facing the screen will warn you, so keep an eye on it. Also, maintenance tells me that the fan power switch occasionally turns off for no good reason, so keep an ear open for that too. I'm sure you've already worked all this out though, Alex. You're a rising star at this network and we're all very
What, you got
proud of
someone
you.
to hose down the sun, have you?
Yes, they've just strapped on their wax wings.
Classical illusions are no substitute for air conditioning.
You know, I genuinely thought you'd be in a better mood today. She's not even here.
Yes, but he is.
He's not even
Our
here.
gun-toting handler.
Who, Andy?
I don't know what the fuck his name is, do I?
He's here to keep us safe from people like Disrupt.
More like keep us in line. I hate guns. Give me the willies.
10 seconds, everybody.
So, we've got any actual real news tonight?
Well, the world's on fire. That good enough for you? Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Siege mentality. The World Council today established a military blockade to enforce the unjust and punitive sanctions now entering their 10th week. In a statement from team headquarters a short time ago, Prime Minister Julia Salisbury issued a commanding response to this unprovoked escalation.
Ever since these illegal sanctions were imposed, we have gratefully relied upon trade and aid from our worldwide friends who, like us, refuse to recognise their legitimacy. Today's escalation, however, is nothing short of an act of war. We call upon our international allies to condemn this blockade absolutely, and we warn aggressors to this country that we are neither meek nor defenceless. Thank you.
Fall from grace. Once a celebrated role model in the world of sports, Johnny Hamsleys has fallen to new lows. After his failed TV comeback attempt, times seem to be hard for this former athlete who was photographed this week on the streets of the capital in what a former teammate called an unrecognisable state. The once renowned football star has allegedly turned to a life of petty crime in order to fund his drinking problem. When our reporter approached him for a comment, he said, "Give me your wallet, Bannon, you ponce, and I'll take that effing camera as well, mate." In it to win it. Exciting news from Advance today with the announcement of a new monthly prize draw for all team membership card holders. Every month, lucky winners from across the country will be picked at random to receive what Team HQ are describing as unique prizes worth more than money used to be. Take-up on the scheme has been much higher than expected, and if this lucky winner's delighted face is anything to go by, it looks like pretty soon everyone's going to have one. Hard pill to swallow. Throngs of men take the streets in response to the release of new pharmaceutical responsibility. Remington Smith's revolutionary male contraceptive pill first hit our shelves earlier this month, and as a result, scores of men have been queuing around the block and around the clock ever since. Emergency departments across the developed world have seen waiting times skyrocket over the last several weeks, as men have been on the pill experience side effects in greater numbers than expected. With some pointing the finger squarely at the manufacturing giant, a spokesman was swift to point out that they just don't care.
Great.
Back to basics. It seems the team trapped in Dante's taint could be facing a problem too great even for them, as escape plans are scrapped. An image transmitted from deep within the cave system shows the doctors moments after they receive the news that they have lost public support for their reckless escape attempt. Could this serious setback prove fatal for their already troubled homeward venture? Despite the devastating blow, somehow Doctors Wong and Sforsborg and Horgensford seem resolute and united. But without hope of returning home, what will they turn their iron will to instead? If you have any suggestions, perhaps dig a big hole and scream them into the earth. Life during wartime. As if we didn't have enough aggressors on our borders, internal problems are growing for the government as radical activist group Disrupt caused chaos in Parliament Park last night. Scuffles broke out after the protests, resulting in multiple arrests and the injury of 3 community cohesion officers. Advance have yet to comment. The reckless fire will certainly be remembered by all those who have seen these striking images. As their actions escalate, people across the country are asking themselves, who are Disrupt? And what exactly do they want? Other than a new box of matches, of course. All this, and I'll be talking to some people with fascinating medical conditions, as well as one of the contenders in this year's Feline Football Championship, and a proud owner.
Feline.
That's all up on tonight's National Nightly News. But first tonight, our team of correspondents has been dispatched to every corner of the country to see how the people of this great nation of ours are coping with this unprecedented hot weather. First, let's go to Megan Wolf in Shining-on-Sea to see what this scientific community has to say. Megan, how's the weather there?
It's absolutely glorious, Jeremy. Thank you for asking. I'm here with Dr. Anna Burns of the University of Brixton. Are you enjoying the weather as much as I am?
Oh, yes, it's wonderful, isn't it? My eyelids are sweating.
My eyelids are
You're part of a
sweating.
team carrying out a study into just what's causing this unbelievable heat, is that right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes, we want to be able to reassure the public once and for all that there's absolutely nothing to worry about and that they can enjoy their sunstroke and fossil fuels in peace.
You sound very confident about that.
Oh, very much so. I can say without any hesitation, there's really no cause for any concern here. I've actually left my car running.
So tell us about this experiment.
Well, we take data from weather stations from all over the world, along with atmospheric samples, and we take all that and we feed it into this state-of-the-art computer, and very soon we'll be getting a high-tech readout of the results.
Blimey, that sounds very fancy.
I should just say, none of this would be possible without the generous support of Remington's CEST. This is all thanks to their unrivaled investment in our future, and may I just say, complimentary personal anecdote. Oh, here we go. And, as expected, everything is absolutely fucked. Hang on. This can't be right.
Right, but obviously you said a second ago that everything is absolutely fine, so...
Well, actually, under concern level, it just says, why, God, why?
We should be
Oh, yeah, it moves the
these wonderful results, I
sunlight
think.
dish.
Yeah? We need to evolve gills within 40 years.
You look thirsty.
Here it just says, shit.
Look at you. This is meant to be a celebration. Can't go around looking like that.
Shit.
There you go, much better. Can I just say thank you again to Sophia Remington for providing all of this.
Everyone, we don't have long. Time is running out.
It's running out. Absolutely right. That is all we have time for.
Abandon hope and return to the forest.
Enjoy that. I'd like to thank Dr. Burns for just one opinion on the climate.
The sea will reclaim us all.
There you have it, Jeremy. Proof, if proof be need be, that everything is just fine. I'm Megan Wolf, here with science. Back to you.
Megan Wolf there, attempting to do some actual news. Next, let's over to Robin Short, who's in Scritchford with some of the winners of this week's team membership lottery. Robin?
Thanks, Jeremy. I'm here in Scritchford with Gary Failsafe, a janitor at the local school, and Amelia Jackhammer, an aspiring poet. Both of you were drawn at random from those who hold team membership cards to receive this week's amazing prize. How do you feel?
Filled with fervent euphoria.
Yeah, good, yeah.
And all that we had to do was fill in a quick form or two.
Wow, that sounds so convenient. But we're all dying to know, what have you won?
That's right, Robin. I've won dinner with Julius Salisbury at one of the capital's top restaurants.
Ooh,
Who's that?
Swanky?
And I've been invited to Peter Clement's house to help him dredge the gutter
Oh.
That's absolutely terrific. You must both be over the moon.
I've written a poem about it.
So, can you tell me about the moment when you first heard the news?
Well, I was battling against a particularly difficult floater, probably one of the sixth formers, when the headmaster came and found me.
I was involved in a similarly brutal conflict with a particularly arduous stanza.
So you were both polishing turds?
No, I don't like to polish them. I like to keep them intact for my collection.
Oh. How unexpected.
I don't polish turds. I write
What?
poetry.
Polish turds.
Potato. So Gary,
Do you think Peter Clement's going to let me keep the contents of his downpipe?
there's no harm in asking, I suppose.
Would you like to hear one?
No, thank you. Gary, when you signed up for team membership, was it in hopes of winning the lottery, or were there other reasons?
I like a flutter, of course, but no, the boss said I had to sign up to keep coming into school.
Very sensible.
God, what
It's
is this
important
thing?
to know who we're trusting around our children.
Oh, I have an unpublished book of sonnets about children. Perhaps you'd like to hear one.
No!
Or an anthology of haikus on the death of innocence.
I'd rather hear about Gary's turd collection.
Really? I thought you might say that.
Oh.
Are you all right?
Yes, it's coming.
What?
It's inspiration, and it's delicious.
Right you are.
Today on the show, there's no news. Just a man who keeps multiple poos.
Here, this big one's my favourite. See how it's
Oh my-
fibrous, really lovely texture.
Would you encourage other people to enter for their chance to win?
Well, if it's colour you're looking for, take a gander at old Blue Eyes here.
The national news lost its way when it covered some crap on a tray.
Some of these are quite rare.
Maybe that was unfair.
And that's all we have time for today.
The
Back
rhymes.
to you, Jeremy.
Oh.
Thanks, Robin. What a lucky pair they are. And finally in this segment, it's over to Patrick Bannon, who's gone to the smelliest town in the country to see how the unprecedented weather is affecting the locals. Patrick?
Hello there, Jeremy. Hello, yes. I'm here live in Grizzleford, which has recently voted the smelliest town in the country. And I have to say that, you know, in this heat, the smell really is. I mean, it's something else. Barry Lardons, mate, you've lived here your whole life. How'd you put up with the stink?
Well, we're just all very proud of our achievement, to be honest with you. You can tell that, look at him, proud as punch. Do you know what it's like, son, being the second smelliest town? No, I don't. Living in the shadow of Arseminster. I smoke fucks. But who's laughing now, eh?
What, not me, that's for sure. So what happened, mate?
Right, the good people from Remington's Fist came in and saved the day with their factory.
You're talking, of course, about the newly built Flage factory.
Yeah, they gave us this big presentation on jobs and growth. But as soon as we heard about the stench, we paid them whatever they wanted to put it here.
Does the stink not affect your life in every way, Barry? I mean, perhaps if you're filling in a tax return or completing the physical act of love.
It's strong at first, but you get used to it after several weeks of your first bout of sickness. The judges were very impressed.
So, what's sickness?
Oh, that's nothing to worry about. It takes a few minutes before you develop any symptoms. Now, folk are saying something about the production line and how they dump carcasses directly into the water main, but I think it's probably the few valves on the high street.
On the high street? Should I see a doctor? What are the symptoms?
Well, the first one is asking stupid questions. Then folk experience a loss of inhibition.
Fuck off, do they? When was the last time you brushed your teeth, you stinking old tramp?
Next recording is a period of randomly bursting into song, followed immediately by delusions of grandeur.
That's not really a problem, little song of my life. Hello, it's sexy Patrick Bannon, and he's wearing sexy shorts now. Oh my God, look at me. I'm like a stallion. I'm gorgeous. Why didn't you tell me? I should take my shirt off. You know what? I'll even let you touch me if you want.
That will be the bout of undeserved.
Eating his shirt.
And feel the button. Oh man.
And the ennui. All that's left now are the hallucinations and unconsciousness.
Nana Dottie? Is that you? Why are you made out of elbows? You know
What?
I don't eat opinions.
Oh, don't worry, folks. Once he wakes up, he'll be just fine. We'll just find a place to stick him where it won't matter how many times he evacuates his bowels. Right, that's all here from Grizzleford, a town that's really making a stink. I'm Barry Lardons. Back to you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Barry. With a naval blockade being set up around our coastline as we speak,
Each
when
fucking
we come
time
back, I'll be
seems
talking to three
more
members of
and
the
more
general public
depressed.
who appear to be here purely for medical reasons. Don't go away. Unless, of course, you've got something better to do. We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute
This next section features a potentially controversial guest. Advance may request some censorship if he goes too off topic.
Okay, I'm gonna grab some water. I'll be right back. The post screen in the meantime. Hey, I'm back. I forgot to drink, so I'm gonna drink right now. I'm kind of stupid, don't mind me. There you go, much better.
You've done a great job so far keeping everyone happy, so let's keep up the good work.
And I can't do this anymore.
I say this every Friday.
I've done something.
What do you mean? Jen?
My mic is still.
Oh. Wait, really? That means if I go back and see the thing, we're gonna hear him? Ah, makes sense. I mean, it'd be funny.
Cats football? We should be doing an interview with the War Minister, or a report from Grantham Downs. Even the weather will be more fucking relevant than this.
Jeremy, please, breathe. It's just something light to keep people's minds off things.
Exactly, which is wrong. People's minds should be very much on things. Christ, it's so fucking hot.
Please take your seats as quickly as you can.
I can't do this anymore, Jenny. I've had enough. That's it. This is just
10 seconds. Get over yourself, Jeremy. Why don't you stop feeling sorry for yourself for 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, your host, Jeremy Donaldson. Later, we'll be talking to the captain of the territory's first cat football team, Professor Pumpkin. But first, I'm joined by 3 guests with some balmy bodily behaviours. Joining me is a woman who's been hiccuping for over 9 months. Isn't that right, Miss Piercy?
Yes, that's right.
Yes. Tell us, what brought all this on?
Well, it's all a bit of a blur, Jeremy, to be totally frank with you. So I was watching your show and I remember seeing the news about the election and it hasn't stopped since.
Fascinating stuff. Also here is Frankie Steampipe. Perhaps you could explain to us exactly what your physiological foreboil is.
I'm here to say it's high time people like me were respected. We're constantly overlooked in the workplace, we're whispered about on buses, and we're asked politely to leave children's birthday parties. And it's disgusting. I'm sorry, my bowels have comic timing.
And finally, I'm joined by a man
This
who
one was
answers
terrible.
every question honestly, even when it isn't aimed at him. How do you cope with that, Mr. Truman?
With a combination of booze, self-hatred, and hardcore pornography.
What?
Not according to my therapist.
Well, in that case, let's speak to Rose. Tell me, how does the hiccuping impact you?
I get shushed a lot, which is hard. At work, they've asked me to.
That's not
to
a
stop
hiccup.
answering the phones. It's really affected my confidence.
Well, I find it really fucking irritating.
Do people tend to believe your story?
Fuck no.
Actually, I've been surprised at how much support I've received.
And Frankie, why have you come here today?
Because my wife left me, and I was hoping that the fame would win her back.
We've started a group for people with ailments deemed broadly comical by society. It's called Take Us Seriously.
That's right. And we bloody well mean it.
And who's joined so far?
A bunch of fucking losers.
It's just us so far.
And how much success have you had?
Well, we've seen some real positive changes.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's been a runaway success.
Shit all. Not a single person come to our fun run, and all of our leaflets fell in the canal.
Well, Miss Piercy, some people are saying your condition was actually caused by the shocking events of that night. What do you think?
Come down, Mr. Donaldson, that's absolute rubbish.
What it'd be like to have a pair of tits.
Could you? I'm sorry, it's very hot. What was I thinking?
That you're a team fuck puppet?
No.
Or a sellout cunt?
Apologies. Just a reminder that he can't help it. And hey, if this isn't live television, then what is it?
Fuckfest of propaganda masquerading as journalism.
Right, Frankie, Rose, tell us, how can the viewers get involved with your cause?
Yes, we're holding a sponsored run in Capital Park next week.
Capital Lake Park?
9 miles, 13 miles.
No, it's called the No Laugh Half. What did I say before the show?
It was the team pulling Jeremy Donaldson's strings.
No, I didn't say.
Wow, we may have to end that there, unfortunately. What a harmless bit of fun.
Steady on! This is exactly what I'm talking about. We demand respect.
Yes, well, later, I'll be talking to Professor Pumpkin, a ginger tabby with a world-class pair of penalty paws. Is that really necessary?
No, it isn't. Let go. Not you.
Unhand him at once.
Enough! That's enough! Enough!
What are you doing?
Trying not to piss myself.
Alex, cut.
Don't you dare! Don't you fucking dare cut to the ads before I tell you to. Now, you in the broadcast centre, Bozeman's little scapegoat, you listen to me. You cut to the ads before I tell you to, and I will kill every single person in this studio. I am thinking about what I'm doing. I've been thinking about it for a long time. We all should be. Christ, it's so fucking hot in here! Do you remember when we used to do the real news? Before it was all lottery winners and bloody cat football? We are on the brink of a siege the likes of which the world hasn't seen in hundreds of years. The enemy is at the gates, and I'm stuck here talking to these three fucking idiots!
I think my hiccups have stopped.
You three, get the fuck out of my studio. Go on, now, go! Before I change my mind. Jenny, lock the doors. Lock the doors.
Yes, Jeremy.
What the fuck is happening?
Good. Yes. Now. Right. Yes. You in the broadcast centre. Alex, you listen to me. You pay attention. Now, I'm sure you've already loaded up exactly what you're going to play in the commercial, but today is going to be a little bit different. Look to your right. Yes, really. Look to your right. There is a VHS tape, and I want you to load it into one of the machines. And when I say so, and not before, you play it. You've got about 15 seconds, so I wouldn't waste any time. Now, all cameras.
I assume you won't be playing that tape. This station does not negotiate with terrorists. I hope I've made myself clear. You seem to know what to do.
Every single thing that comes
I'm
out of
gonna
the
play
studio is either one-sided, or for now, we're going to show the other side for a bit. For a bit of fucking balance. Like the good old days. Alex, play the fucking tape. I don't want to hurt any of you. If I see anything I don't like, I will not hesitate to start by killing this man.
Alex, you're going to get me in trouble with that.
Reset the system for a
Made
third
the right call.
I imagine the ratings are going to be through the roof.
You've seen our symbols on your walls. You've heard them talk about us on the news.
Don't give a shit about you,
We
boss.
are disrupt. We are the resistance. It's time you knew the truth. You know Advance are lying.
Oh, it's 1 minute 30.
You know the elderly are not a burden. You know the rich were not all evil. And you know the team membership card is an ID card, no matter what they try to tell you. But why should you trust us? Another faceless organization. A shadowy figure with a distorted voice. You've seen it so many times in the movies.
Yep.
Well, this is not a movie.
Alan James.
My name is Alan James. I used to try and shock people for a living, for entertainment. But now we live in a time where perhaps you need to be shocked. Perhaps we need to wake up. Advance are coming for our freedoms. They're coming for the
I had
fruits
the
of our
baseline
labours.
of Wake Up by Rage
They will
Against
take our
my head.
wealth. They will euthanize
Immediately.
our parents and smiling
Like-
throughout. They will turn our children against us if we voice our concerns. But you don't have to accept it. A great many people already won't. You can resist. You can disrupt. Find us. Talk with us. Join us.
What now?
It isn't hard.
I don't know.
We're everywhere.
This wasn't what I planned. I mean, some of it was. I had speech. Look. This was unexpected. This was unexpected.
So what now, Jeremy?
It was supposed to be your day off. It was supposed to be your day off.
Please, don't do any more stupid things today.
How long? How long, Jenny?
You already lied.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Joining me, unexpectedly, for what I very much imagine will be my last broadcast, are two new guests. Jenny works here at the National Nightly News and is someone I consider, well, a friend. And next to her is... What's your name?
Andy.
Andy's a policeman. Only we don't call him that anymore. He's a community cohesion official.
Officer.
Sorry?
It's community cohesion officer, CCO.
And how's that feel, Andy? Being rebranded?
It's good. it's not about confrontation anymore. You know, the force had its fair share of problems. The team doesn't have as many.
But it still has some.
I couldn't say.
Couldn't or wouldn't?
I don't know what you want me to say.
Christ, you're fucking useless, aren't you? We'll come back to you later. Jenny?
I don't want to be on the news, Jeremy.
That's perfectly understandable. We'd want to do this. Jenny, why did you join the National Nightly News team?
I always wanted to work in news.
Yes, but why specifically this program? The National Nightly News.
It was the news everyone trusted.
Was?
Is. Do you really want to quibble semantics at gunpoint?
Is there something else you'd rather discuss?
There's a great big Alan James-sized elephant in the room you seem to be ignoring.
What do you mean?
I saw your face when that hood came down. You didn't know, did you?
It's about the message, not the messenger.
Like I said, you didn't know.
No, I didn't know. The people I met were with... He wasn't there. I didn't know it was Alan James.
I'm sorry. But seriously. Alan fucking James. You're flushing your life down the toilet for... God, I love you, Jeremy, but...
He's a good speaker. He's popular in the country.
That right?
Look, forget Alan James. There is still something deeply wrong. And you know it, Jenny. And you know it, Andy. And you at home, you know it too. Meanwhile, I'm interviewing a guest who stinks of shit. Patrick is paddling about in shit. And Robin is literally interviewing someone who collects the fucking stuff. I mean, it's not sophisticated, but what a metaphor. We are sleepwalking our way into oppression, and the news isn't saying anything. We're not saying anything.
Says who? Alan fucking James.
What are all those scientists working on at Grantham Downs? What are they testing underground at Altergrave? Andy, your turn. Make yourself fucking useful. How many people have you brought in for consultations just because they weren't carrying or didn't have team membership cards?
Oh, well, there's other forms of identification that we will accept.
For how long?
We're just here to help.
Then why do you need these? Not really help when it's offered at gunpoint, is it, Andy? Let me demonstrate it for you. Let me help you. You eat these cards with my notes on it, and you'll probably digest a fact. That'd be helpful, wouldn't it, Andy? Knowing a fact?
What? I don't understand.
Do you want my help,
Yes,
Andy?
yes, whatever you say, yes.
Security are here, Jeremy.
Eat it.
What?
Eat the fucking news, Andy, or I'll force it down your fucking throat.
Jeremy, stop.
Go on.
Really?
Eat it. Eat it, you fucking bully.
Jeremy, stop.
He will kill you. Please, don't make me watch that.
Of course. You're right. Sorry. Sorry, everyone. You can put the card down now, Andy. You can go now. You too, Jenny. Fuck off over there.
Yeah, I know what he's gonna do.
And then he's done.
I've read like some
All
warning
cameras on
about the
me.
game.
This new regime of ours is so seductive. I understand that. But before we all hand off our freedoms, should we ask to whom we're handing them over? Don't you want to know what's being done in your name? How many people were transitioned last month? A record high. Again, if you care. Shouldn't someone ask Advance how they plan to deal with this blockade? How many years or months of supplies we have? Why aren't we asking these questions instead of whose shit is this? There's a cat backstage dressed as a fucking goalie, for Christ's sake. He's even got the little gloves. Anyway, that's why I arranged for you to see that broadcast from the last break. I didn't know it was going to be him, but I guess that just about sums it up. We are all up Ship Creek with a paddle made of Alan fucking James. Christ, it's also fucking pointless. I was going to quit tonight. Take a holiday. Try something else. Out of the limelight. Maybe try having a relationship. I hear they're nice. Never tried it. I loved the news.
Did you?
Now, well...
God, Jeremy, don't!
I've tried my best to be honest with you, but this just isn't the news anymore. And I'm sorry. I've lost this fight.
Alex, think of the consequences.
I've let you down.
Please, we can't show
All
this
of you.
cut to the ads.
My name's Jeremy
Now!
Donaldson.
Do it now!
If you can. Somehow. And I envy you if you can. Have a peaceful night.
Jeremy!
Oh my god. Yeah. I'm not even kidding, I'm almost crying. What the fuck? I've got the goosebumps and all. What the? I mean, I knew this was coming. This game literally shocked me. I'm actually in tears. What the actual fuck? How could I get a generous bonus while I fucked up the channel thing? My god. I don't know what to say. I'm just shocked. I had to press the, I wanted to press the ad as soon as it happened, but like, even though I was expecting it, I wasn't. So it took me a bit of time. Okay. You wake up, still partly in shock from what you saw from on the news last night. Yeah? Yeah, understandable. What you had to edit on the news last night. When you come downstairs, you find your family sat in the living room, waiting for you. You take a seat on the sofa next to Sam. Sam swallow, hesitating before starting. We're so worried about you last night. No, we were so worried about you last time. After Jeremy with the gun. Sam chokes down a sob. It was awful. On national television. How could he do that? And now? After a terrible pause, Sam finally asked, "Are you okay, honey?" Yeah, I can't believe he's gone. Sam glances at Charlie, then back at you. We saw that you choose to play that tape. They paused before continuing. And I couldn't help but wonder why. It seemed like the right thing to do. What? That's not good enough. Disrupt our bad people. I can't believe you did that. Charlie's outburst seems to come out of nowhere, and no one in the room was prepared for it. Do you even think about how stupid this stupid affects people? Oh wait, why am I reading stupid? Do you even think about how this stuff affects people? You're a fucking idiot. Sam tries to inject. Charlie, interject. But he's already slammed the door. Charlie is a bit black and white about this sort of things. For what it's worth, Alex, I think you are in an impossible situation and somehow you managed to make the right call. Sam throws their arm around you. Only you are stuck in that studio having to make that choice. No one can criticize what you did, and I'm proud of you. Yeah, I'm actually feeling bad. You take a deep breath and gather your thoughts. It's all a lot to take in. You're not sure you fully process what happened last night, let alone know what Charlie and Sam think all about this, about all of this. Think about it all. You sigh an absent-minded turn on. You sigh and absent-mindedly turn on the TV. I can't read shit. In sense, you've been at least. It's nice, you've at least got some company. The TV is playing through some old western show, but it's not quite distracting as you'd hoped. What the actual fuck? Yay. As you're finished up with breakfast, Sam comes in with the post. We've got a postcard from Susie. I hope she's having fun on her trip. Sam reads it out loud. Why is the music so fucking loud? Wait a second, please. So, I've seen what feels like the most Christian. What is this music? So I've seen what feels like the most Irkistan. Really cool place, but so cold. I hope Cheapy enjoyed the gift. And before you say anything, yes, you're right to make me a packed extra pair of socks. Sam gives you a little cue under the table. What? Next we go to the train in Konislava. Much warmer and loads of beaches to enjoy. The bass is like saturating in the music, by the way. But I could have stayed there forever. I had to head to San Palmarino before it got too cold. I'm so glad we did it. We've probably got 1 or 2 more stops before heading home, but I'll be back in time for Christmas. I promise. Hope everyone's doing well. Love, Susie. Yeah, worth every penny indeed. Enjoy stress-free edit in story mode? What do you mean stress-free? Oh, it's the... Oh, what the fuck is this? Oh. So keep an eye on the interference screen and stay out of the orange. Let's keep the news on the air. What is that? Oh, okay, everything changed.
Nutritious meal out of a can of condensed milk, a cow's tongue, and some rhubarb.
What are those?
So, Julia's team have asked me to ask you to keep it light.
What does that mean?
It means to do that thing you do where you turn politicians into humans. Just don't get drawn into talking about the war.
They do know
She's still there.
News, don't they?
You didn't hear this from me.
She kept on working there after what happened.
There's a crew at Team HQ right now. I think she's giving a speech or something tonight. They'll get it on the late news.
Oh, great. So they get the brains and we get the performing monkey.
Sometimes you sound just like him, you know.
How are you?
Brave young lady's battles to survive the cruel administrations of our neighbours.
It
At
is what it
11:25, it's in sizes.
It
And
is what it
tonight, Dr. Adrian Atkinson Blimey
I'm
will be
missing
getting his
Katie now.
teeth into Fiona from Hamble Bamblebury, who is
10 seconds, everybody.
twist on the humble biscuit. And that takes us after the weather and public information
Going in
film
5,
into our close down.
4,
But first
3.
tonight, it's time to join Megan and the team for the National Night.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolfe. It's the 140th day of war. Our main headlines tonight.
What?
Company of Heroes. Skirmishes on land and sea again today as our armed forces tested the mettle of the World Council's illegal blockade. Advance's strategy of multiple small-scale incursions into the disputed zone is certainly keeping the enemy on high
Fuck
alert,
that.
unable to work out where or when the next strike will come. Sadly, however, more casualties were reported today, and as the weeks and months of this war make ever more demands on our armed services, those numbers will
I'm still
tragically
shocked
only
from
continue
what
to
happened
rise.
with Jeremy.
Don't starve. Advance's
Together.
food program moved from
Yeah.
strength to strength today
Great joke.
as rationing
Love
depots
it.
were opened in the last remaining unfed areas of the territory. The rationing depots have been constructed in record time, and the government's agricultural coordination strategy...
Oh, hell yeah. I'm all about making it worse.
...regularity. However, with a reported rise in mental and physical health issues since the imposition of the blockade, critics have questioned whether those smaller communities which are only now starting to receive help could have been better and quicker served. 7 days to die. The recent decision to allow those with long-term health
XR
conditions
output?
to access transition centres has today been declared an overwhelming
Yeah, maybe.
success.
Feels weird.
Previously available only to those in their final years, the expansion of the service has been met with relief by the many organisations calling for it to be opened up to the wider community. With dwindling medical supplies leaving many of our most
It shouldn't be
vulnerable
my
facing
choice
chronic
as
pain,
a live
it can come
editor
as no surprise that
to
the
choose
transition
the
centres
pictures.
have found themselves stretched to capacity. Populace. More than 11% of the population have thus far failed to register for a team membership card, a worrying statistic given that the cards are a legal requirement from midnight tonight. While applications are still open for those who like to run fashionably late, they can expect a few tricky questions from Advance. Start me up. Disrupt spokesman Alan James held an impromptu rally today in the northern city of Mankipool. Large crowds gathered to hear the band speaker prove Disrupt are still able to capture the public's imagination. A representative from the Mankipool Community Cohesion Team described the
I thought he
event
were
as
like on
mostly peaceful,
a
but it looks like
hoverboard.
Disrupt aren't
You know,
going
those two wheels
quietly
thing
into the night.
that catch on
And
fire.
finally, absent friends.
Hello, Danny.
Sad
How are you
news
doing?
Today, as the grave of former National Nightly News host Jeremy Donaldson is
Oh, God.
vandalised by radical disrupt activists. The much-loved broadcaster suffered a very tragic public breakdown 10 weeks
I'm kind of
ago in an
fine.
incident
Something
that
happened
ultimately
in the
cost
game,
him
and I'm
his
really
life.
shocked.
Disrupt spokesman Alan James and
Oh,
his organisation
well,
last week named
kind of
Mr.
the right
Donaldson
timing.
as the cause's first martyr, described
It's,
the graffiti as a fitting
um,
tribute to a hero of the resistance.
Like at the beginning, you just think it's a game, like where you edit the live news, but it has a story about like rebellion and shit, and yeah, something terrible happened. Like Jeremy, one of the main hosts, just literally committed suicide live, and it fucking shocked me. I had tears. Yeah, I wasn't expecting such a game to to bring tears. What a weird thing.
In part 2, I'm a little overexcited to announce
Oh.
I'll be interviewing the one and only Lil
Fuck, I
C.
missed that.
And later
And yeah,
we've
you
got
have
a new
to do a lot of
feature
things to make sure the live is going
But first tonight,
great.
Let's check in
Like,
with Prime Minister Peter Clement,
change
who's
the
speaking to us from his
signal
home in Lanfordshire.
to make sure.
Good evening, Prime Minister.
Fuck, I'm trying to focus at the same time to make sure the broadcast is going well and shit.
Yes, that's right, Miss Wolf. Just
And you can censor swear words and all. I mean, you have to, otherwise you lose public. Like on the top of the screen, there's like a popularity bar.
Which Prime
Shit.
Minister? Which Prime Minister?
What? Quick fiddle? What's wrong? Oh, shitter.
Wait,
It's shitter, isn't it? Yep.
I just
that's
realized the
the
sound
one.
isn't loud enough and now it's too loud. I'm sorry about that.
Well, you know, Mrs. C and I were watching, you know, the night the blockade began. When Jeremy Donaldson. Well, you know.
What?
My old life.
Well, you know. You all remember. And our a bit
Who told me that
this
although she
happened.
has financial security for her and her family for the first time in her life, she finds
Oh.
also for the first time
They are
that she can no
pirating
longer
the
sleep
thing.
peacefully at night.
The channel.
I listened to Clark.
Yeah, that is the
who
rebellion.
is
This guy is a
preoccupied
total
by the
joke.
worry of
Like
being
at the
a burden
beginning,
on his children.
everybody thought it was a total joke, but I don't know, he's actually trying to do good
It was
things.
exactly that. I listened to Anna, who spends her lunchtimes in the school cafeteria eating alone.
Here,
Because
you
she
can
is
see I
the
have the
only
choice
girl
to
in her class
either
who isn't
keep it
a
alive
go-getter.
and avoid
They have
disrupt
never
group,
met, these three,
or
and they were of
choose
different
to
ages and
show it.
social
And
backgrounds,
that's what I'm
but they
doing.
share a common experience.
I guess there's
Share a
multiple
nagging
endings
feeling
depending on what you choose.
that there is something deeply wrong in our utopia, and I share that feeling. And maybe you
Ooh.
do too.
Bit too much.
In the days and weeks ahead, I will be speaking throughout the country, but you don't need to wait for me. Disruptor everywhere. Every bar, every street corner. Look for us and you will find us. You are not alone. And Advance are not the only.
Oh fuck! I missed. I censored the wrong stream.
Oh, yeah. Also, it doesn't seem very advanced to be going abroad when the rest.
And yet, Julia Salisbury announced today that she'll be visiting Svenland during this year's winter break.
Yeah,
Is that really an
Svenland.
example of team
Let's
spirit?
go.
What? Did you know about this, Gail? Did you know about
Tells me
this?
anything, Peter. You should know that.
What did you know?
Well, leaving that for a moment, it says on
National
this.
Nightly newsroom. He tried to warn us all about the now abandoned top secret military lab at Grantham Downs. We may never know exactly what was being done there.
It might be
Jeremy
saying
Donaldson
complete shit.
made us look. And this is just one of the reasons he is considered Disrupt's first martyr. And you know what? I think there's every chance he'd hate that.
Oh shit!
I only met him a few times in a professional context. And usually he exposed me for the grandstanding fool I was back then, but for some reason I always enjoyed
This is
it.
going fast.
I liked him. I liked his wit, his jagged edges, and most of all, I liked his total dedication to the truth. He died for that truth. died as an individual for freedom. And by adorning his resting place with our colours and our emblem, we will help to keep both him and his spirit of relentlessness alive. That's well, Jeremy.
And in the meantime, the Prime Minister is going
Not be
crazy.
forgotten.
And you know what? You get more like him every day.
I will take that as a compliment.
What the heck happened?
Julia Salisbury is going to give a national address from team headquarters. Can you give us a hint of what she's going to say?
Yes. Well, I imagine that there
Sorry,
will be
you
the
imagine?
usual. No, what I mean is.
You do know about this broadcast, don't you, Prime Minister?
Well, I'm sure I did. But Julia and I have no secrets from each other. We don't memorize each other's bloody diaries either. As my old mum used to say, if you wanted to get a job done quick, don't get bogged down in the pubes. What else you got?
Sorry?
Oh, the
Only
heavy
cars, what
accent.
else? A little piece of my
Can't
life
understand
chewing and
shit.
rustle through. Get out, refill my last. Ta. Ah, come on. Come on.
Okay. What music do you listen to when you work out?
Well, Gail tells me that I work out to Little C, but I have absolutely no fucking idea who that is. Do you think the C stands for?
It stands for collaborative, Prime Minister.
Yeah, actually, that
Does it?
does make more sense, actually.
How's rationing affecting you?
It's hard, but we get by. You just have to learn to get by on the basics. Take comfort in each other. I've got Mrs. C and many a fine single malt. I want for nothing.
Except for a decent night's sleep, of course.
Prime Minister, thank you for joining us.
I
When
don't
we come
know.
back, it's time for the culture spot with Lil C and a world premiere performance of her new
I just
song.
didn't know
genuinely
such
can't
a
wait to hear
reaction.
that. We'll be back after this.
Oh, I forgot about the ads. Eau de babouin.
I don't think he knew about her statement.
I don't think anyone's supposed to know.
Crazy Neil.
Bozeman's face turned a colour that I think you call embolism.
Am I in trouble?
Bozeman? Nah, you're like the daughter he never had.
Oh, there's a picture.
Higher ups might fire him.
Wait.
though.
Who's
Oh,
Lil
it's
C?
hidden now.
Prison justice, me.
Who's Lil C?
Wait, there's no fan anymore? Oh,
What? I'm civilized. I read books.
what is happening in that ad?
Just like the brochures say, you can't cheat on your wife.
You'll no doubt have spotted the updated mixing desk. You'll need the new buttons during the next sections. First, we'll need applause when the guest enters.
Oh,
and
no.
before her song. Don't worry, I'll walk you through it when we get there.
Cracking!
SS Funship.
I've never heard of her before. Is she any good?
Pleasure Corp.
My kids go mad for you, absolutely mad.
5 and 10 seconds. Hang on, Colin, you've got kids.
Yeah, I've got about 6 or 7, I think.
What? 5,
About 6 or 7.
3.
Great. That must be a fucking nightmare.
Thanks for coming back. Later, we have an exciting new feature that we just know you're going to love, so stay tuned for that. But first, I'm really excited for our next guest. She rose to prominence as the delightful Susie May in All My Daughter's Children's Men, before taking the music industry by storm this year with her debut album smashing the chart records at the age of just 20. Let's give it up and welcome Lil C! May I just say, you look incredible.
Oh, thanks, babe. I'm doing this new regime and it really does work.
What's the regime?
My manager suggested it to me. It basically involves bathing in like cabbage water and then having the leaves sucked out of you while you sleep.
Wow, is that healthy?
Oh, well, look at me, Meg. The leaves are my only nourishment.
Yep, they certainly are. Now, you'll have to forgive me, but I'm somewhat of a super fan, so I'm sorry if I get a bit starstruck.
Oh, bless you. I've never actually heard of you before, so if you do get a little tongue-tied, I can always carry the interview.
Oh, that's good to know. So your first album, F My Face Together, it hit shelves this summer and it just exploded. I mean, what was that like for you?
Bonkers, just so weird. I was in all the papers and the magazines. Overnight, I went from that, like, annoying little girl from that show to that, like, sexy little girl from that show.
Wow, that must have been bizarre.
Not really, it was just like any other morning. You know, get up at 5, go on a 4-mile run, have 3 meetings on my cabbage bath, but then only then was my dad actually talking to me.
Oh, of course. I mean, the famed country singer, Billy Bob Jean Short. I didn't know you'd been estranged.
There's nothing that strange about it, Megan. Okay, yes, he may believe that aliens told him to hate women, but there really isn't anything to prove that he's wrong.
So, this newfound explosion to your popularity, I mean, did that change your life?
Well, I had to start wearing, like, nice underwear, you know, for the paparazzi, but as my manager says, best to make the most of it before I'm 30.
Is that right? So what's the album about?
So I thought it was about, like, how pretty and great I am, but actually it's about monetizing youth, I think, or about, like, promoting an unrealistic standard of beauty or something.
Your manager again?
Yeah, he says insecurity is an opportunity.
Oh, do you think he'd be happy with you telling us all this?
Telling you all what? It really doesn't matter what I say here. I'll do my dance and then this part will all be forgotten about.
Oh. Well, yeah, I mean, we're going to see some of those famous dance moves very shortly because you're going to be performing your new single, aren't you?
Yeah, it's from my album Put It In My A Together and it's out in my A Together and it's...
My friend let her 13-year-old son join the Go-Getters. He's occupied now. Busy, even.
During this interview. See, this is called Cry for Help and it's going to be in all the best high street and retailer shops and it's out...
Last week, she found him searching through her papers. When confronted, he always had a plausible answer, a good answer. But somehow it's too good. Like it's been prepared in advance. Or possibly by them. We want to know what the news will no longer tell us. And when we find out, we will tell you. We will hack into your news broadcasts. We will defend your right to information.
I mean, you're kind of
will resist,
hacking pretty bad since I can
disrupt.
Counter it, but whatever.
You know, like better. But I don't know. I love doing autographs and having somebody dress me and tell me what to wear. Did you? Girl I did, I'd sit in front of the radio and as soon as my favourite girl group would come on, I'd press record on my cassette, but then my dad would come in and tell me to turn it off and to go back upstairs and start practising again.
Oh, sorry, is your dad your manager?
Yeah, which can be tough, and sometimes when it gets really hard, he'll say, make Cragler proud and you might just survive childbirth.
Well, you know what, despite anything, you'll make me proud.
Oh, if only your opinion was as valuable as his.
And on that problematic note, you're going to be singing your song for us soon, aren't you? Tell me about it,
So it's called These Babies Gonna Bring You Home, and I actually got sent the lyrics in the car on the way up here. But you know what, it's actually all right. And don't worry, all my work is team approved.
All right then, well, you can go and get ready for that. We'll see you in a little bit. It was a very specific type of pleasure to chat to her, and I just can't wait to hear this. Oh, so here is Lil C with an exclusive first performance of her new track, These Babies Gonna Bring You Home. Take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Force's favorite.
I clicked it!
The queen of teams. Here to break your blockades. Lil C!
Oh baby, can't you see I'm hungry? There's a place in me that's empty.
I can just hear
I want
toxic.
that meet you packing, only you can feel that crack in me. I'm under siege, so come and free me. Ain't no disruption here, boy, I got no agenda. Just want the team and
They made it so good, so like they cannot be like copyright striked, but you can really hear it.
I only scream this loud when you do your country proud.
Oh, it's wait, actually, no, it's not toxic. Maybe one more time. Sorry about that. Oh no! That reminds me of the Simpsons song. Like the one about Bart that like is like Bart and all making a boys band. It is made up by the army, Navy actually. It really sounds like this too. I'm confused. She was only 53, but gave you Is it? Is it actually a Britney Spears outfit?
If I'm the one that's in your fantasy, don't die alone. These babies gonna bring you home. I ain't no liquor starter. Come and skirmish on my border. Quick before I get much older, tie me down and pour me like an enemy soldier. See some action, so come and break my sanctions.
What is that? What is that? What is this?
Well, if that doesn't distract you from the world outside, I don't know what will. I'd like to thank Lil C for doing that. Don't go anywhere. After the break, we'll finally be revealing the new segment of our show that we just know you're going to love. We'll be back right after this.
And we're out.
Oh, what was this? It wasn't like there was like plenty of like theatrical and musical things going on in the game, and this was so far the worst one. Of course, that is intentional, but oh my God, this was terrible to watch.
And you know what? Good luck for the future. Take care of yourself. This industry can be crazy sometimes. Watch out for that father of yours, won't you?
Oh, no. I manage myself. It's just, you know, for the public to have that certain perspective of me. You know what it's like.
Oh, right.
And Michael?
But wait.
Michael? What about Billy?
I just realized.
Oh, my dad. He's such a sweetheart.
She's also talking about
the same agents, you know, like it just
the fact
made
that
sense. Both of
her
us
father
together.
is
Michael,
her manager.
I want to see the revenue share for the clothing line and get me a G&T before my meeting with the
They
new
just
guy.
went straight into it.
They say for your pleasure, I'm going to stop needing it.
Oh gosh.
I hope you've got your head around these sound effects, Alex, because you'll need all 4 buttons for the next section.
I pressed it, fucking boss man. What is that? Oh no, not these guys again.
I'm better than that now. I'll tell you what, just keep adding flowers until it feels like 12. Got it?
Absolutely, right away. 10 seconds.
Oh, I'm scared about this.
5, 4.
It looks awful without glasses.
Thanks for joining us for part 3. We've been teasing you about our new feature all night, and now the wait is finally over. I can reveal that every night on the show, we'll be treated to an episode of an informative and hilarious new segment called The Notice Board. It stars some top talent, and we're very excited about it. But
top
before
talent,
we see it, let's have a quick chat with the writer, director, and phenomenon, may I say, Jeff Algebra, guys.
Actually, I've
Oh, okay, it's not time-based. I just have to choose it like the pictures.
How'd you like that?
Well, yeah, very fancy. I suppose you need a new name now that you're a successful artiste.
Well, exactly. I'm earning enough to pay taxes now.
Oh.
It's shit.
And how does Angela feel about all this?
Who?
Your wife.
Oh, God, no. No. No, she's long gone. No, she was holding me back. I'm with Norm now. We were married last month.
Norm de Plume.
Yeah.
And
what is
why
happening?
did you write this? What was your inspiration?
Oh, well, I received a telephone call offering me 25 grand to write a pro-team sitcom. And I heard my father's voice. It said, Jeff, you listen here, boy. You make hay while the sun shines. You wring every penny you can get out of this. So I wheeled him down to the transition centre, got out my typewriter and started clacking.
Wow.
Utter shite.
And without further ado, let's give it up for the notice board.
You have to play a sound effect, Alex.
Okay, like, oh my. I don't have time to choose!
Alex, if you kick this up, you'll ruin the notice board, and the actors won't be happy.
Good morning, Miss Craven.
Oh, morning, Ray.
Everything all right, Mrs. Craven? You look as worried as the vicar in closing time.
Oh, Ray, it's those young louts. They've vandalised my shop again.
No!
Yes! They've written all sorts of obscene language and crude pictures, and I know it's those damn youths.
Ah, I didn't have time to choose.
I don't know. It could be the vicar at closing time.
I don't have time!
I'm just worried they won't ever...
Wait a second, controls. Do you have a way to choose these things? Vision mix, sound mix. No, that's... Wait, is it F1, F4? Is it this one? I'm not sure.
become productive members of the community? What if they never see the error of their ways and end up as social outcasts, such as shoplifters or bong rats?
Don't worry, Mrs. Craven. This is a very supportive community, and I'm sure that in time
I'm not sure I'm getting all the jokes,
society,
so I might use the wrong reaction
like this
thing.
key into this lock.
I don't know what I'm doing.
See? Works like a charm.
What a lovely way to put it, Ray. And just like that, we can unlock their future.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Wow! Look at all the letters in my collection today.
Oh, I think that one's addressed to me.
What? This one? Oh, so you're right.
I don't have time.
Here it is.
Oh, it's a letter from my granddaughter, Brenda. She says she got an A on her maths exam because one of her friends has been helping her. Was always a team player, was our Brenda.
What's up, losers?
I don't have fucking time. Bro, there's a thing. There's like a timer thing. The cross.
No! It's Brad. He's the coolest
I cannot
guy
choose
in the village.
before it ends.
That's right. I just got here on my motorbike.
Oh,
No.
clear off, Brad.
It looks more
We
shocked
don't want
than...
any of your around
It's
here.
so stupid.
What? Rad dudes?
No, ruffians. Have you come to tag the notice board with your gang signs?
No way. I've actually come to pin my resume on that.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm totally
I'm
lost.
looking to do some tutoring after school.
What? Did you say tutoring?
That's right. Maths is very important. Would you mind, Ray?
I don't know what I'm doing. I can't focus properly.
Not at all.
So you, a young person, have been spending your time helping others and not just urinating on churches or huffing glue?
Hey, I haven't huffed glue for months.
Well, blow me down!
You know what? We misjudged you based on how young and cool you are and not on your actions.
Oh, no doy.
So it wasn't you who vandalised my shop last night or called me a rancid old crone from the back of a chopper?
No way. It can't have been me. I was too busy helping my friend Brenda with her maths homework.
Could you speak up there? I thought for a minute there that you said Brenda.
I did, you daft old sow.
Did you hear that, Ray?
Oh, yes, what a wonderful surprise. I now respect you as a man.
Put her there, Ray. Oh, what the heck?
Oh.
Give us a hug.
What? Okay. It isn't expected. What is going on? What? What's that? Oh, okay, cool, I guess.
Sorry to interrupt the first groundbreaking episode of the notice board, but we are receiving some breaking news. I'm being told we are picking up reports from across the continent of what appear to be, what appear to be nuclear explosions in 4 major foreign cities. Initial estimates put the death toll into. They put them into millions.
I mean, yeah.
I'm being told we're experiencing
Makes sense.
Some power shortages as a result, so apologies for the interruption. And apparently we can go live now to team headquarters for an emergency broadcast from Prime Minister Julia Salisbury any moment. Yes, let's go to that now.
That's nothing funny. Oh my
Good
god.
evening, citizens.
Yeah,
and
everything's so
leaders of the
unexpected.
world. Minutes ago, operatives working for Advance detonated nuclear explosives simultaneously in 4 major cities across the continent. We have similar devices in 58 other urban centres and will not hesitate to detonate if our conditions are not met in full and without delay. The people of our territory will no longer tolerate your illegal and genocidal blockade. You are to remove it immediately. We will accept nothing less than your unconditional surrender. Your territories will be taken under our control. We will install replacement governments to ensure that your citizens become part of the new future.
I think she's kind of speaking to me like I need to
are now our
stop
borders.
censoring them.
Your people are our people.
Shit.
You will finally be fed and clothed and educated and healed. But for your privileged few, the moment that they feared is now upon them. Allow me to be crystal clear.
Actually, that old-ass drunk man was not as bad as I expected it to be.
Or harm a single one of our citizens, we will not hesitate to detonate further devices.
I guess the whole
will
UK
not
is already
find
dead
them.
at this point.
Then no doubt you are already searching for them. Our technology.
I mean, 4 bombs at the same time, nuclear ones. Yeah.
We will
I
expect
think
your
I think the
complete acceptance of our
UK is
terms
pretty much
by midnight tonight.
it's pretty much nuked.
Thank you.
What was that? Like, I don't.
I don't really talk about my personal life in my job.
Yeah.
It's not relevant or important. So many of you may be surprised to learn that I have a brother. His name is David.
Was?
And right now I can't get his stupid face out of my head. He's a researcher and he's currently travelling the continent for work. And I don't know where he is right now. And I should imagine that there are many of you sitting at home tonight digesting this news, and you also
I mean,
have
there's
loved ones
also some people at home that are just
in Urkistan
dying
or Harvia
of,
or San
like,
Pomerino or
what's it called? The fall downs? Nuclear fall
Konslava,
downs? Or
which
the
is where
fallout?
David was
Yeah, the
when I
fallout.
last spoke to him 3 days ago. So when I tell you I know how you are feeling tonight, believe me, I do.
I'm doing fine.
But I
Not
also
in
know
the
that
UK.
there's a flow to events. I see it every day here. I know that although tonight it feels like we may be in a time of fear and darkness, we may actually be at the break of a new dawn.
Dawn of
We don't know
of
that
a new
yet.
day.
We can't know that yet, but together we will find out. And I will be here every night, feeling what you are feeling. And with your help, maybe we can all get to that brave new world.
Megan, it's kind of your bad, actually.
My name's Megan Wolf.
You kind of did
Let's make tomorrow
let Advent Stack the TV shit.
And we're out.
Are we?
We've got people ringing round, but the telephone networks are overloaded. Okay. We'll find him.
Do we know exactly
What the heck?
exactly which cities were hit or
Megan. We will find him.
What the heck? What the fuck? I'm still wondering how this game will end at this point. Everything's getting worse and worse. Yeah, so I've known this game for like 3 years, and I never finished it. I'm so glad I waited the game to be like completely done to play it entirely. The fuck? Disrupt hacks? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, it's time to read. A proportionate response. The rest of your shift passes in a blur, with the same words going around and around in your head. Operator is working for Advent's detonated nuclear explosives. Initial estimates put the death toll into millions. Did this really just happen? You pull into the driver with no memory of the journey home. The light in front of the light in the front room is on. Clearly someone else is still awake. The door creaks open into the living room and you find Sam sitting on the sofa, staring at the TV. The screen is off and they are clearly lost in thoughts. You take a seat beside them and put a reassuring hand on their shoulder. They don't look at you, but they do reach up to take your hand in tears. Now you're closer. You can see the tears flowing freely down Sam's face. Oh, little girl. Oh shit! Where is she? Oh, wait a second. Is this all a fictional town and country? I just realized. Because it's all fake town names. So maybe it's not the UK. Maybe it's supposed to be the US but with UK accents and names. I don't know. I know I don't know what to do. What the hell can we do? This bastard killed Susie and millions of others. All because of their fucking war. Which we never asked for. Behind the tears, you see a fire. Raw furry you've never seen in Sam's before. I hate them, Alex. I know you've never been a fan of Advents, but after this, they're monsters. I need to know you understand that. That we can't just be indifferent. We need to actually do something. So, Advents did what was necessary. I'm glad they were prepared. No, fuck no. Nothing can justify what they did. Yeah. Really spreads over Sam's face like a wave, and they collapse against you, clutching tightly. Clearly, this was weighing heavily on them. You're not sure you've even processed it fully yet, but at least you get through it together. That was all. Final farewell. Oh, is this the final part of the game? Wait a second, please. Last week has passed in a blur. They say that twice. They say the in a blur thing twice in like 2 minutes. Whatever. A rush of things to do, but all immediately forgotten. Your memory clouded by a dark fog. 9 days since the so-called Liberation Night and the beginning of Advents's new future. Is this Skyrim in the background? I'm loving this game, but this is weird. Yeah, whatever. You weren't the first ones at the church today. You were staggered by the number of people who have come to mourn with you. Everyone here for the same reason, sharing the same pain, the same sense of loss. It's written all over the face. It says, much as it would be on yours. You step away from everyone else, needing space to gather your thoughts. Your daughter, poor little Suzy, gone. Sam has said little since that evening. You're still getting over the shock. But you walk over and squeeze their hands. They squeeze back tightly. You'll get through this together. You can only imagine how awful it would be to face this alone. There hadn't even been a coffin to bury. This sentence was hard to read for me. Whatever. Oh. Yeah. Big fast forward. An academic exodus. Ugh. It's a seemingly ordinary morning, but as you get into work, you find a small crowd gathered in the break room. When you go to grabbing your first cup of tea of the day, you can't help but overhear some excited chatters. You didn't hear that? Yeah, no, another one's gone missing. Wait, is this turning into the game that I did the other day? What's the name again? The Suits have gone mad. Wait, what's that bring the toll up to now? Oh, I should think over 100 at this point. They won't all have been reported or noticed yet. Oh. An excited young woman turns to you and begins to explain. Another professor went missing from Queensview University. With all the other disappearances, sorry about that, over the last years, scientists, doctors, researchers. She pauses before lowering her voice to a whisper. It's clearly disrupt targeting the people speaking out against them. I even heard Advents are struggling to prevent further. A deep, familiar voice from behind interrupts you. What exactly is going on here? Bozeman clears his voice before continuing. I've told you before, I don't want to hear about these so-called disappearances. Come on now, people. Advents have been very clear that they are nothing to worry about, which means they're not our problem. And unless they start classing cappuccinos as intellectual, I don't think anyone here has anything to worry about. Best get back to work. Look, between you and me, this leave it alone monarchy come from on high. I can't. It's out of my hands. So I would appreciate it if you would refrain from talking about it further. And make sure the news is in line with what's cool, with that school of thoughts. Yes? He gives you a pat on the arm and a smile before leaving to carry on with whatever he's doing during the walkday. Seems that, for better or for worse, public ownership is now in full swing. Yeah. Gosh, those fast forwards are like crazy. Carrier in the making. You drum your fingers on the steering wheel impatiently as you wait for Charlie again. It's great, he's enjoying the cohesion cadets and he's so enthusiastic. But does he really need to stay behind every week to help? It's your Saturday evening too, after all. Finally you see him exit the hall, a grin on his face. You can't help but smile back. Frustration starting to fade as you see him genuinely happy. After hugging his friend's goodbye, Charlie heads over to the car and gets in, his face flush with excitement. Why am I struggling? So how was? You're interrupted as you can't contain yourself any longer. Guess what? What? So obviously the cohesion cadets is a starting point for becoming a CCO. So we get a head start when applying for that. Charlie gushes, clearly keen on explaining his news, almost tripping over the words in his effort to tell you. Well, apparently from next year, the top 5% of candidates will be taken into a special program to become CCMs, Community Cohesion Managers. And guess who's gonna be in it? He beams at you. Yeah, I really don't know what to answer. The CCMs are actually kind of the policemen from Advance, the ones that are trying to take over the government. So I don't know. I want to doubt. Oh well, basically they need a new liaison team between regular people and the CCOs. Oh, the CCOs are actually the police. And the betterment departure. Okay. Whatever that is. And that'll be us. People come to us with concerts and we'll decide whether they need referral and if so, to which department. Cool, right? Sure thing. With a grin from here to here, he sits back on his seat. In his seat. Yeah, I'm so glad I joined. I can't wait to tell everyone. You chuckle. I think a celebration is in order. What about we pick up some takeaway on the way home? Yeah, Soko. Soko. That a thing people say. I'm not aware of that. And the rest of the car ride I spent with Charlie listing every takeaway he can think of. It's great to see him doing so well. Please let me direct TV. I can't read properly for long enough. So let me just do the thing that I know how to do. And this, no, text. Night of fire. A spike to light the flames. You're surprised to find Sam in bed next to you when you wake up. They must have gone in very late last night from drinks with the folks from home. You decide to let them sleep and enjoy a lazy Sunday morning. With the house quiet, you decide to bring some breakfast into the living room and watch some TV while you eat. This is breaking news. Reports are coming in from across the country that large swats of farmland went up in flames last night as part of what authorities call a heinous and well-planned act of terrorism by the group known as Disrupt. You drop your spoon back into the porridge and turn up the volume. Yeah. Okay. In addition to food stores, which government sources have said will put a strain on universal menu centers countrywide, I'm gonna do it. A number of CCO and civic buildings were targeted in last night's attack. According to Prime Minister Julia Salisbury, specific prisons and re-education and betterment facilities were raided, and a small selection of problematic and potential dangerous individuals were forcibly extracted from lawful custody. I always struggle with this word. You hold your breath, waiting to hear if anyone got hurt. Unfortunately, it appears that the CCOs were ill prepared for an event like this, and Disrupt seemed much more effective and well organized in comparison. While most of the targeted location were thankfully empty of people, given the lateness of the hour, the betterment centers were fully staffed when they came under attack. 17 CCOs and 4 administrative staffs lost their lives as a result of the brutal action of Disrupt last night, with countless more injured, many seriously and rushed to the hospital. A few Disrupt members were captured during the conflict, but the vast majority seems to have evaded capture so far. More on the story as it develops. Okay. You're interrupted by Charlie into the living room, bleary-eyed and with a piece of toast. Anything interesting going on? He gestures to the TV. Immediately, you leave the news as they cycle through the story again. Charlie watches in a hushed silence at the end of the broadcast. They're dubbing it the Fire of Night. Everything's gonna be okay, right? I hope so. I just hope so. I cannot say yes. It's advanced. They're being pieces of shit in the very beginning. The Uprising. Year and a half since Liberation Night. But you know what? I realize it's kind of late already. So, although I really want to keep on playing right now, it's gonna be time to stop. This was crazy. I wasn't expecting such things from this game, but I want to sleep. This was awesome. Gosh. This game's absolutely great. Tomorrow will be Majora's Mask again. I'm gonna keep on playing it. I don't know which region I have to go next. But fuck, we can hear this. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Have a good night. And see you later. Bye bye.